guys at Sedano. Flashy discounts? Gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ, that's JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPAMD.
18 minutes after 3 o'clock. You ready? Can you feel it, Cappy?
Come on.
Live Imaging Tuesday is on. Sedano and Kap. Your Tuesday afternoon, we are on. Sedano is in Indiana. Hello.
Hello, Indianapolis.
With St. Elmo's. We'll play St. Elmo's Fire later. The famous steakhouse there where the cocktail sauce will melt your face off. Cappy,
I'll have some on the air when I can get
oh,
this stream
it's
to
so
work.
Delicious.
I know. I got this. We're having Wi-Fi issues, but I'll
Really?
figure it out. Yeah, hotel Wi-Fi issues because obviously I'm on this tower for the show. So
Did you send the picture of the shrimp to Trudell?
no, it's not as appetizing when you don't get it in like the real thing.
No,
like in
of
a
course
takeout thing, it's not as appetizing looking.
But I have a question, though. Didn't you have this same St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Because
Oh,
when
you
you're
did
in
it 2
town,
nights in a row,
yeah,
huh?
when you're in town, you do it up. Much
Okay.
like now, I have to do
I
lazy.
may have it every night.
Yeah, exactly. You don't, because St. Elmo's is really the place to go in Indianapolis. Hello.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got producer Lindsay, who was just drafted last. She's going to talk about that, the All-Star Friday Night Draft.
I'm a leave-in.
Exactly.
Be lucky if I show up now, Cappy.
Funchy
Well,
Lover.
that's why I didn't pick you, because I
I
didn't
know.
think you'd come.
Funchy Lover's there, and then Young D, producer
What's
D.
happening?
What's
Of course,
happening?
Graham and
Halle Berry.
who else is back there in the social media room? I don't know. Jonathan? Oh,
Jonathan
yeah,
Martin.
my Creed
that's the
brother.
man.
Reese,
That's
didn't
the
Reese
man
just
right
walk
there.
in?
My Creed brother.
Can
Here
I
we
say
go.
something? Why does John Ireland think that DeAndre is like Willie Mays or something?
Because DeAndre might be the most athletic of us all.
That don't mean he can play.
That's exactly right.
Look. Funch has been hating ever since I got him drafted. I'm on your team, Funch.
I know. I know, but everyone's like, he's Willie Mays. He's Ken Griffey Jr. I've seen you hit a ball like twice. That's it.
Well, if you've seen him hit, yeah, never mind. Meanwhile, we are getting ready. NBA Finals Game 3 tomorrow night. You'll hear it here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all I had.
Oh, okay.
Funch is back here going on and
No,
on. He's having his own
I was
show.
looking at Funches. Honestly, I was looking
He's
at
still
Funches.
going.
He's like, hey, man, why is
I
Drafton
don't
getting picked,
know.
man? Why
I
is he
don't
getting picked, man?
understand this. You're not Willie Mays. You don't make catches or anything.
Tell him.
Bro, hold on.
I'm on your team, you know.
Hold
but
on.
Hey, go ahead.
Let me just say,
Yes.
for him to say that I didn't catch anything, I definitely held my own in the outfield last year. I definitely did.
Okay. That's
Outfield
fine.
is tough, man, on a softball game. If you've never played baseball, it's tough.
But I do understand what you're saying, Funchy. I mean, everybody looks at DeAndre and they go, the brother can play
He can
basketball.
play basketball.
But,
he can do everything.
softball's
Get
a whole
outta
different
here.
world. Yeah. Tell him, Funch. And you're on the same
Where was
team.
Kirk Morrison picked?
He wasn't, was he?
No,
Yeah,
Kirk
he's
was
second.
picked.
Yeah.
Picked
Oh, was he?
second by Team Mace.
Okay. Well, he's another guy that had one lucky day.
No, he didn't. He
No, dude,
crushed
he's
the
good.
ball.
Yeah.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I remember I was in the outfield for one of them, and it was like you couldn't even get it like till the next day.
Monster dongs.
Yeah,
was
monster
crazy.
dongs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
Well, I'll tell you this.
The
I've
reason,
already got.
go ahead.
My team is already all texting each other. Momo and Travis.
Oh, wow. There's a
and
Team
Mario.
Cappy text thread.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there's already a team thread. We're gonna have full-on practices led by Clinton Yates, I'm sure.
Now, Cappy, you and I now have matching sunglasses. If you're watching at YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, I got the Blenders Patriotics. And here's the thing. I didn't ask for a hookup. I didn't pull a move like Cappy asking for free. I bought them with code Kaplan at blenders.com, and I got the matching eyewear now.
I think it's blenderseyewear.com.
Whatever.
That's an important small detail. By the way,
Blenderseyewear.com.
we look money. We look awesome.
We do look money.
These are great. These are like the perfect 4th of July sunglasses. Look how cool they are.
They are nice.
Aren't they nice?
Will you wear them tonight while you go to cheer on your Padres against the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Padres-Dodgers game 2 tonight after last night's game, which was such an exciting game. That was so fun to watch that game. I mean, it was not exactly what you would call a well-played game. Certainly not a well-pitched game, but a very entertaining game. My favorite thing is ump cam. Do you guys like ump cam? Especially when Ohtani's in the box, just to be there, like where you're right on top of Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
In stereo, where available.
Right. And then my favorite was when Manny Machado gets rung up without swinging, and he gets into the gets into an argument with the umpire. You are in a full-blown, you and Manny Machado, in a mano-y-mano, Manolo, sort of an argument. Yeah, so
And how
yes.
about my Cubano, Andy Pajes, huh?
Big
Coming
night last
through?
night for him.
Why'd you take off your sunglasses, Cappy?
I don't know. I just took them off. I'm
wearing them because you're wearing them.
Oh, well, they look sharp, don't they?
Meanwhile, at 3:23, want to say this because I've said it on every show. We are obviously aware that there are a lot of things going on in downtown Los Angeles, and we're not ignoring them, but we're trying to be the distraction. We're trying to smile and have fun like we do on Tuesdays and we do every day here at 710 ESPN and talk a little sports. If you want to hear the news, there's plenty of news television stations and also KNX.
That actually do it really well.
Right, KNX 97.1 FM and KFI AM 640, radio stations here in the Southland that can help you with that. Obviously, we are sympathetic to what's going on. We understand. We have friends and family involved. We're not ignoring it by any stretch. We're just trying to do what we do best, and that's put a smile on your face if we can at this hour. So
I'm glad you said that. I really am, because obviously you and I walk those streets at night. We walk those streets in the mornings. We see what's going on. And if you have people around the country, it's kind of like when the wildfires happen. Everybody around the country calls you, are you okay?
Right.
Are you okay? And it's the same thing that's going on right now. All my kids are like, Dad, are you going into downtown L.A. this week? I'm like, well, we got this remote tomorrow. So
it would appear so far you're not. I'm here, but you're not here.
No, that's right. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to
I'll be walking the streets.
here.
I'll be walking the streets alone tonight, apparently.
I don't think that's such a smart idea for you.
I'm not worried about it.
Well, I mean, still don't think it's a very good. I mean, you're a heart patient.
Hey, by the way, Cap, are you coming in Friday?
No, I think Thursday.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm going to sit in this room alone Friday too.
Well, it's no big deal.
So you really just screwed me the entire week.
I didn't screw you.
You told me last week you'd be here all these days, and you're not here.
You did say you'd come in Friday.
No, that's not what I said. I never
Yes, it
said
is.
that. Where did I say that?
You kind of said that.
You said that.
No.
It's fine.
no.
I'll be a good team player. I'll be here.
No, wait, Chris, you told me you were going to come to me.
Yeah, but that's not feasible.
Why not?
Because you said you weren't going to be there. You were going to be here.
No.
Or at least midway through.
Well, I think you should come to me.
Well, maybe now. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
it'd be
figure
fun.
that. But I kind of planned my week to end up here on Friday, so now I got to
okay.
figure that out.
All right, maybe I'll consider it.
Consider it. We can
I'll
have
give it
fun.
some
Cap, you can go to the Queen Mary.
Yeah, we can have a Friday pillow fight.
Okay. A pillow fight sounds kind of good.
Oh, God, I would see that.
In our jammies? Oh, that's right. Friday's June 13th.
Yeah,
Friday
the
the 13th.
Ooh,
where are we going to send
spooky.
Funchy Lova?
To the Queen Mary.
Really? The haunted Queen
No.
Mary?
No, we got to think about it. We got to plan this tomorrow.
Nah, Punch shouldn't be going over there, man.
Why not?
You're like, oh, I can't be over it, man. It's too scary, man. Yeah, man.
You're not afraid of ghosts too? What? You're just a Ghostbuster
We were
or
in
what?
we were in the haunted hotel in OKC, and I didn't see any ghosts. So.
No ghost around, huh?
Not for me.
Okay.
Shut up.
Sorry,
Well,
Funchy,
Funch.
I did like your hits. I did listen to your BET red carpet thing.
Well,
That was
thank
great.
you.
But did you watch?
No, I couldn't. I didn't have enough. The plane I was on, the Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough for video, but audio worked. So.
He was amazing yesterday. My favorite part was when he was backpedaling like he was a first round draft choice defensive back. When that one woman, she was like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you, but you got to walk with me." And she's walking, and he's backpedaling, and all you're seeing is Funchy show off his moves. And then there's that one still photo that somebody took where she is like very bootylicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's just say Mrs. Funches has not seen that bit yet.
Oh, she is not.
He doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Funchy, love her. And now I think we're getting Funchy on the Streets T-shirts with Funchy holding his little kitty cat
Yes.
in his arm.
By the way,
hello,
what is your
little
kitty cat's name?
Violet.
Violet, okay.
Violet, huh? All right, Funchy on the Streets T-shirt, so that when he walks up to people and he starts talking to them, they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Funchy on the Streets." He just points right at his T-shirt. In fact, Funch, maybe you actually give some T-shirts.
I'm down
That's
with
what I
people.
said.
Totally down with that.
Yeah,
Smart
everyone
idea,
knows.
baseball.
Yeah.
Smart idea.
By the way, ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday night, happening July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. We just drafted the teams, but we're also got a little tee-off action.
Yeah, Cappy, I feel like you definitely missed out on DeMarco. I thought that was your boy.
DeMarco is my boy, but what he did to me about a week and a half ago has put our relationship on a little bit of ice.
When he called you at night for the TikTok thing?
Well,
Right.
why don't you pause on that so I can finish this liner already in progress? Kids ages 7 to 12 can swing big and be part of the all-star action. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card and sign up in your designated age group. Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles, happy kids. Let's continue now, already in progress.
Oh, nicely done. Since this is the first segment of today's broadcast, and since we're getting George back on the air, since he's on the traveling circus that is the NBA Finals, George, when we come back, I want details.
Oh, we had a fun night last night
Yeah.
here in Indy. Right out of the gate, Charles Barkley was the Pied Piper yesterday in Indy.
I
on a
want
Monday night.
details of hanging out with Charles Barkley in Indianapolis. That's what I want.
Okay, well, let's do that. But first, let me tell you, I'll ask you this. If you're injured in an auto accident, should you hire your cousin's neighbor who just graduated from law school? Of course not. You want someone who's experienced in the field. That's why if you get into any accident, you call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. So if you're injured in an auto accident, slip and fall, whatever, it doesn't matter. Call my friend, Jacob and Ronnie, at 844-24-JACOB. Tell them Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. So here's the deal. Since the 90s, Jacob has handled all types of vehicle accidents, car, truck, motorcycle, rideshare, scooter, you name it. Jacob has handled them all. And Jacob and his team won't settle for a lowball offer from the insurance company. Plus, with Jacob, you never pay a penny out of pocket, so you get your car fixed, and you see a medical specialist to help you get back on track as well. So if you prefer, by the way, to meet face-to-face, Jacob and his team can come to you, or you can go to Jacob's office. All you got to do is call him at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. Because when you call an attorney, you want one who's respected. So you call Jacob, because he's the real deal. So call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com. And, of course, Jacob is a proud partner of the Rams, Lakers, and LAFC. LAFC.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Way too much to drink on Saturday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just way too much to drink.
What'd you do?
It was a house party, and we brought out the tequila.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that turned into many
Hit
shots?
the recycler. Oh, my God.
Oh, done.
Everything I had put on a schedule has been knocked completely off course.
Just
You know what
delayed.
I'm saying? Yes.
We'll get back on schedule today.
Don't make me feel bad.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Is it time to sell your home? Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to move. Or maybe you inherited a home that you just don't want to hang on to. Whatever your reasons to sell, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for decades. Their seller reviews speak for themselves. They're just people who buy from people, and they'll provide you a custom solution that works for your needs. They offer and will buy with cash, and they close in days. The great part is you don't have to worry about spending any money on repairs, preparing your home to be shown, or having people come in and out. And there are no agents, just a great offer and an easy experience that will give you the peace of mind so that you can walk away happy. So if it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a free, no-obligation offer today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sports CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VINS 3703172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99.
I'm gonna eat one of these shrimp on the air.
855-6434. Or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Motorhood SRD-21.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yes, indeed, 3:33.
Oh, yeah, man.
A live Imagery Tuesday.
All right, everybody.
Sedano Kap. Well, let's do it. On this day back in 1972, the number one hit, Sammy Davis Jr., the Candyman, Cappy.
Who can make the sun shine? Yeah. Candyman can. I'm quelling right now, babe, okay? I've got like some spilkus going right now, babe. The Candyman can, babe.
Today is also ballpoint pen day.
Oh, really?
And I only use one kind of pen, the same pen all the time. So I enjoy a good ballpoint pen. Also, today's Black Cow Day.
Black Cow Day.
Yeah.
Happy Black Cow Day to everybody.
There you
Black
go.
cow's a drink.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not a black cow?
Oh, I thought it was a black cow.
Well, I don't know
too.
which one it's referring to, but a black cow is a drink.
What's in the drink?
I'm pretty sure it's like a root beer float, but with like chocolate ice cream, maybe.
Really?
Bam!
A
think
root beer
so.
float with chocolate ice cream
I
as
don't know.
opposed to vanilla ice cream.
I don't know. Vanilla ice cream, it cuts it nicely.
So it's a root beer float with root beer, vanilla ice cream. Oh, wait, that's the same thing as a root beer float? That's stupid. Oh, with chocolate syrup.
Ah. That's
close.
a black cow.
That was close.
Yeah, George, you got to mute. See, notice I muted on the way in. You got to mute on the way in.
I did.
Yeah, I know, but
that's not me. That has to do with you guys back there.
I don't know.
I mean, we should just tell people what happened.
Yeah,
Apparently,
because I don't know.
I was on the stream, but it was just I was trying to get on the stream.
He was sitting there going, "Oh, maybe I'll eat some shrimp on the air."
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it's literally what he said.
But it was all on the stream.
Do you see, George, on mine, you see that little mute on there? I don't know why yours doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at George on YouTube. Look how cute he is.
No, he looks amazing. His skin is just,
Oh,
it's just.
God.
I look that refresh.
I would kill for that
No, I
skin.
ordered St. Elmo's. So here, look, here's the shrimp.
Are you just going to eat it every day that you're there?
It's that good.
I mean,
I've
I've
never
been
had
there.
it. Never had it.
All right.
Never been there.
You've never had St. Elmo's, Cappy?
Never been. Never
Really?
been. No. As a matter of fact, the only time I've ever spent any real time in Indianapolis was the Super Bowl a few years ago. And we went to Shula's Steakhouse. We never went to St. Elmo's.
I went to the Shula's in Chicago once. It was not great. Not great.
George, you got the two queen beds going in the hotel room, huh?
Yeah, I got here late, bro.
Yeah.
Miss
that's what
out on
happens.
the Kings when your flight's delayed.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's two beds in one room. So like one is for one thing, one's for the other. So like one bed you put all your suitcases on and all your clothes, and then the other one you sleep in, right?
Or I just put the suitcases in the closet.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah.
Boy, I should fly to Indianapolis. I'll crash with you.
George, are you like a suitcase unpacker?
No, I have my suitcase. You know, I have that little stand or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the
and
suitcase.
then I
The
put
valet.
The big, yeah, the valet. Thank you. The little suitcase, the big suitcase there, and that way I just open the flap and I can take out whatever I need.
That's
yeah,
what I got to
Trudell-
do. You got to put that valet out first and get it set up, right?
Yeah, Trudell is an unpacker. I was
Oh,
told.
you could tell he's an unpacker. Gets his
he,
little bath.
he puts things in the
yeah,
drawers.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I'm an unpacker. I hang things in the closet.
Nah.
I put things in the drawers. Oh, yeah, I unpack completely. I move in.
Trudell gets those little basketball shorts out, lays them on the bed.
Yeah, then he does his booty drop.
He presses his basketball shorts, the iron.
All right, George, I want to hear about last night in Indianapolis when you and your crew go pulling into St. Elmo's and then connect with Sir Charles and then tear the town apart with Sir Charles.
So, by the way, I'm not the only one with a double bed. Apparently, Richard Jefferson also has a double
RJ.
bed.
Oh, really?
Again, both of us, two of the last people to arrive on the entire crew. So,
Oh, why don't you guys just share a room, you and RJ?
well, we talked about that. Maybe a slumber party at some point.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So
Pillow fight.
Yeah, perhaps, right? Like you and Cappy on Friday. Maybe
Right.
Richard Jefferson and I will do a little preview. All right, so I get here. I call you guys as I'm getting dressed. I head over to St. Elmo's, and I meet Breen, PJ, Legs, the entire radio
How about
crew.
Kesty? Was
Yeah, is
Kesty
Kesty
there?
there?
Kesty was there.
Okay, you guys call him
And then-
Kesty a bunch?
Yeah, and then 3 league officials, let's call them, okay?
Was
You mean
Pete
like
Saccone there?
referees?
Peter, no, like people who work in the NBA.
Oh,
not
not
that is
referees.
easily misinterpreted. So that was my fault. Yes, 3 people who work at the NBA office.
Ball knowers.
Yeah, ball knowers.
I mean, they are ball knowers. That's true
Mm-hmm.
too. But they're also executives. So anyway, so we're having dinner, and then somebody, I guess, went to the bathroom and said, "Oh, Charles is here. He's at one of the tabletops by the bar." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. So we'll just see him on the way out." So St. Elmo's, the way it works is if you walk in the main entrance, the bar is there to your right, and then there's the tabletops on your left. It's like kind of a narrow entrance. And then you go around the corner, and then there's it's super cavernous. It's like a bunch of separate dining rooms in different parts of the building, even downstairs, like in the basement area. So we had the first room and there's a bunch of tables in each room, so it's not like a private thing necessarily. But so the first dining room is where our crew was. So we're coming out, and I come around the corner, and I see Charles, and he sees me, and he says, "Sedano, get your ass over here and have a drink with me."
Man, Sedano, you just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
And then, so I walked over, and then Mike Breen's behind me. He goes, "Mike Breen,
Bang.
you too.
Bang.
And what do you do with PJ Carlissimo?" So
I'll choke PJ Carlissimo.
no,
Keep
don't
going.
do that. That's not.
Whoa, Cap
Okay,
aggressive.
man.
Hey, whoa, hey,
It's
relax.
it's an old bit.
It's
I
a
know what you
reference
were
to the
doing.
Latrell Sprewell thing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
waving.
not nice. We don't talk about that.
We already know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know, D. I wanted
mean,
to
you
cover
are
it
young.
I'm a ball knower, man.
Come on, young
now.
fella.
Ball
Okay.
knowers.
It was like
young fella.
1994 or 98.
It was it was a long time ago. But anyway, so Charles is holding court. He orders a round of drinks. Everybody's having drinks with him.
What'd you drink?
A glass tequila on the
A
rocks.
what tequila?
A tequila on the rocks.
I don't know, but certain kind of tequila? They didn't have Mandala there?
They did not have Mandala.
Too bad. Okay.
Yeah. So I ordered another brand of tequila.
Okay.
And he was drinking tequila. And apparently Charles not only has a vodka, but now has a tequila too. I didn't know that. So I sampled the other one later, but I'll get to that in a second. So anyway, we're having a drink. Breen is like, all right, I'm out. PJ's out. Everyone is out. It's basically just like 5 or 6 of us now. And Charles is like done. And Charles is literally the life of the party, man. Like, everybody's coming up to him, wants to take a picture. He's like, yeah, absolutely. Come on, man. Whatever. All good. Thank you for coming by. You know, like, super gracious. Bill comes. He picks it up. And then, you know, he pays the, it's like an electronic thing. So he gives the guy 25% and then gives him basically whatever the bill was in cash. Like, it was amazing. Like, and the guy was like, the waiter was like super stoked. He was like, oh, my God. You don't have to, thank you. And he's like, no, man, take it. And he's like, oh, man, thank you, whatever.
Give him a couple of crisp pundies. A couple of nice C notes.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, then as we walk out, there is literally, Cappy,
literally
a line of probably a dozen people with Charles Barkley paraphernalia standing
outside.
outside.
Good God. Like the paparazzi of autograph seekers?
And he signs every single last thing that somebody did.
That's nice of him.
So then we finally start walking towards the hotel bar we were going to go to.
Anybody chasing you guys?
No. I mean, it's a Monday night in Indianapolis. Not like a ton of people on the street. You know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
but if anybody's got an old, Sixers jersey, they may be coming for a little more from Charles.
I mean, he was probably there for a couple hours, so I'm sure it got around town that he was there.
Yeah, right.
And he had announced to the world when he was on TNT last that he was going there. So, anyway, so we're walking, and then he sees there's this homeless man, right? A youngerish kind of man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's like looking down. He goes, hey, man, you homeless? And he gives him some cash. And the guy looks up at him, and his face just lit up. He goes, holy bleep, Charles Barkley. And he's like, yeah, man, take care. Take this for you, man. Go get yourself something to eat. And we just kept it moving, right? And then literally as we're walking, and it's a Monday night, so not a lot of people, but people are definitely stopping to say hello, whatever. We get to the bar. And he's the Pied Piper, man. Like, so this bar we went to was the place that he stayed at during the Eastern Conference Finals. So the bartender we notified her ahead of time that he was coming. So she was going to shut it down. So she kept it open. And then he walks in and he tells her, everybody who's here, on my tab. So he buys the whole bar. People who are already there, like stunned that Charles Barkley is walking through the room.
How many people approximately?
Probably at least a dozen, maybe 15.
Okay. All right.
He's late at night. It's probably like 11 now at this point.
Okay.
11:30. So, so everybody, whatever amount of drinks they wanted at that until they closed, until he left, they were on him. So eventually the bill came, and it was funny. Before the bill came, he walks up to me and he goes, God bless the fact, man, that he made me so rich I'll never go poor. And we just started laughing.
Oh, that's great.
But, yeah, he was great. He was holding court, and he's the best, man.
I'll tell you what. If I made the kind of money that Charles Barkley made, I would want to. I'm not saying I would. I'm saying I would want to.
You would not.
No, but listen carefully to what I'm saying. No. I would want to do exactly what Charles was doing. Because, here's the thing. If Charles is handing out hundies to the waiters, more shrimp, those look good. If Charles is handing out hundies to the waiter and he's handing out Krispies to the homeless dude and he walks in, he buys around for everybody, Charles is probably walking around with like $15,000 in cash in his pocket. He's just walking around, just making it rain everywhere. What?
$15,000? What's wrong with
what? 20, 30, 40 grand?
No,
more.
Probably like 10, 5 or 10, 5.
5 or 10 grand in cash?
Probably 5.
5 in cash. No? How much, George?
I saw him open his wallet. I mean, there's some cash in there, but it wasn't that much.
But doesn't he have like a handler that carries money behind him or something?
He's got a security guy.
I mean, everywhere he goes, yo, man, give me money.
Slice.
His name is Slice?
Yeah.
The brother's name is Slice.
Yeah, man.
Don't mess with Slice.
Hey, Slice. Hey, Slice, I need 20 grand right now in Chris Pundos. Hook it up. Somebody's walking around with a briefcase of money behind him.
No, he's not. I'm telling you.
God, that's so cool. Charles Barkley just walking around handing out $100 bills. $100 bills, y'all. If you were from where I was from, you would know.
He's incredibly charitable. Oh, you know what's funny, Chris? I heard you make fun of Mason.
Yes.
About the tax bracket thing or whatever.
Yes.
And I was I should have said this during crosstalk, but I forgot. Charles, actually, we were talking. I don't know how we got into this conversation at Elmo's, but he said, you know what? You should never apologize for success. If people aren't happy for you, that's their problem.
That is right on.
What if you're really not, good?
What do you mean?
What if you Charles Barkley shouldn't apologize for success?
Right, but Mason shouldn't apologize that he's done well for himself financially.
No, he shouldn't. But at this point, maybe.
But he gets very but that was more of a thing towards him. Like, why? I think people who have listened to you for 25 years are happy for your success.
No, exactly. That's why I don't understand why he walked away from it, because he's right at that tax bracket.
Agreed. I agree with you.
That's what I was trying to do. I was giving him a hard time.
Because he wants to be the everyman,
He's not.
Well, he wants you to think he is.
He's not.
I know.
Nobody at this radio station, and this is part of the thing, none of us are the everyday people. So we're very blessed to be working here. So that's it. I mean, that's just how
Cappy
it works.
came close. He was the man of the people at one point.
Yeah, he did. That first Mandy's year, remember?
Yeah, well, he wasn't making as much back then.
Yeah, now.
Well,
he's bloated and overpaid.
Wait till he's sell-sided to Jeff Bezos.
That's right. Yeah. Or whoever else might decide to buy it.
All right,
Or Harvey Levin.
3-4.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lindsay.
3:45. 3:45. Sedano and Kap, the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover. Cappy, why don't you tell us about our friends at Ocean Subaru?
Hey, so look, now that we're getting into summertime, okay, I want to share with you guys a place where you need to get your next car, especially, by the way, if you're planning summer road trips, because I was talking to this lady this morning, and she was like, I don't have a free weekend until the end of July, because every weekend it's soccer tournaments and it's baseball tournaments. If that's your summer because your kids are out of school, Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and my man Omar and his amazing team, they are the best in the Subaru business. Now, I love Subaru. I happen to love the Outback that I'm driving right now. I love the safest vehicle on the road, the technology, all the latest and greatest modern technology we'd expect in a 2025, versatility, reliability, all-wheel drive. But right now, this Subaru 2025 Outback that I'm in, such a great car for summer adventures because the fuel efficiency is out of control. I mean, I am blown away by how many miles I can drive in this Subaru Outback and not have to fill up. Now, this month, to highlight Subaru's Love to Care event, okay, Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, in partnership with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, they're going to donate blankets and pillows to those suffering from cancer at the UCI Chow Family Comprehensive, the all-new cancer center in Irvine. So really, that's one of the things that Omar really, really cares about is being a part of the community. It's a very special thing, and they're going to be delivering these warm and comfy pillows and blankets in person on June 26th. So again, when it comes to getting you in the right Subaru, you can go to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. But when it comes to doing something great for your community, buying a car from Ocean Subaru also helps. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com for more information. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
So you want to play in the 710 Listener Game? An all-star Friday night, Friday, July 11th in West Covina? Of course, the Listener Game made possible by our friends, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Here's what you got to do. You got to come to Islands on Wednesday in West Covina to sign up in person so you can play in the 710 Listener Game. Islands, West Covina, Mason and Ireland, Sedano Kap broadcasting live. Be there Wednesday and sign up to play in the 710 Listener Game. Thanks to Joseph S. Normand. We'll see you out in West Covina on Wednesday, Jack.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed over 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it's wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. At BetterHelp, they have over 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Oh, yeah, I love this song. 10 minutes before 4 o'clock. Oh, there's no OTD on this one. We're just playing it because it's St. Elmo's, Jack. Here it is, Cappy. Yeah! Sedano Kap on a live imaging Tuesday. By the way, sign up for a chance to play in ESPN LA's second annual listeners game presented by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand this Wednesday, June 11th, tomorrow, at Islands in West Covina during LA versus San Diego watch party. Team Travis versus Team DeMarco are the listener games. Spots will be open and limited registration available on site all day long. Of course, Cappy and Beto will be broadcasting out there tomorrow. The Islands in West Covina. Island boys!
Island boy!
And then online registration will open up Thursday,
Island boy!
Thursday, June 12th. Injured, don't sit on the sidelines. Call the law offices of Joseph S. Normand at 213-747-2000.
Are you not making it to Islands tomorrow, Christopher Arthur Morales?
I've got media day tomorrow morning in Woodland Hills. I got to be out of East Central. The Parker and Anthony Gex or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
They're picking me up at East Central.
Is it Jex? I would have never guessed that.
5:01 a.m.
Oh, really? 5:01.
And then we're headed to Woodland Hills, where DeMarco Farr and Reese will meet us at 7 a.m. As we begin saying, "Hey, your name is Devontae Adams, and say this liner." And he goes, "Hi, this is Devontae Adams, and you're listening to 710 ESPN."
Right.
So
that's how I got Luca to do it.
Exactly. So then we do that. Plus, DeMarco's interviewing people. We're in Woodland Hills. We probably won't finish till noon or 1. And you probably have to leave. Well, you're not even going to be in downtown.
Nope.
So, yeah, there's no way for me to get there.
But wait, so should I not bring my Island Boys wig?
I'm not going to. Well, you can, but I'm not going to be there.
No, but I don't want to be an Island Boy. I need to be a part of the Island Boys.
You're going to have to come up with content on your own on remote.
You mean I can't? So the Island Boys are not showing up?
Well, have Beto wear the wig.
Oh, you know Beto's not going to do that. Beto actually Googles the Island Boys and wants nothing to do with them. To you and me, they don't even exist.
If you Google them, you're going to get into some stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to get into their stuff. I just think it's a funny thing. I mean, when you and I dressed up like the Island Boys and we walked around downtown LA, people literally stopped us thinking we were the Island Boys.
That was a few years ago. That was before their latest video, and now it's weird.
Oh, okay. It's weird now, but it wasn't then?
By the way, speaking of weird, Friday's video of you and I sharing that sushi roll, that hand roll.
Oh, it's great.
I saw that Rachel Rachel commented on it Saturday morning and said,
she was out.
She said, "I'm done now."
Yeah, she said, "I'm officially out."
What does that mean?
I think that she means that when it comes to you and me sharing blue crab rolls at the Park West Bicycle Casino, she thinks that it's disgusting, and I think she's out. I think, and George, you don't even understand. There was some editing. There was some editing in there.
Yeah, at the Mandy's, you'll see the full version where you could see the fish,
the full Monty,
fall out of our mouths and lips touch. Maybe. Ugh. By the way, now if she's really bothered by it, I just want to up the ante.
I know you do.
I want to share everything: pretzels, corn dogs, Starburst.
Really? You want to share gum, like where we pull away from each other and the gum just expands?
Oh, man. 3:53. I'm just doing a lot of time checks today.
I know. I heard you earlier on me.
What time is it right now?
3:53. Actually, now it's 3:54, 6 minutes in front of 4.
Got it. Okay. So, George, just to go back to Charles Barkley last night. So, how did it end? So, you said that he became the Pied Piper.
Irish goodbye. Irish goodbye.
Him
he came
and
by
Slice?
To say he came. I saw him pay the bill. He came over one more time to chit-chat with us, and then Irish goodbye.
So, him and his boy Slice just bounced.
No, Slice was still there.
Oh, Slice stayed?
Yeah.
Doesn't Slice have to be with Charles at all times?
Yeah, but I think Charles had, he had a car waiting for him, and Slice saw him into the car, and that was it.
Okay.
You need a guy like Slice, Cappy.
Big time. Totally. I love the name Slice.
Because right now you got your son coming with you to events, Justin.
Yeah.
But he's not quite Slice.
He's not Slicey.
But I do enjoy just torturing him. The minute he walks in, I just start swinging.
George, my son.
Is he coming tomorrow?
He has no idea what's going on. No. He's not coming tomorrow. Although maybe I should get Chris, if you give me your Island Boys wig, maybe me and Justin walk in as the Island
I'm
Boys.
not going to my house tonight. I'm staying at East Central.
Maybe I'll stop by your house and get your Island Boy
Go
wig.
ahead. Okay.
George, when my son talks to Morales, and he talks to him on the phone now like twice a week, the things that Morales says to my son is like, what the hell is he talking about? And he is just shocking my son with things. I thought I used to say a lot of outlandish stuff to my kid. Morales just has this kid spinning. He has no idea what's going on.
You know what happens, George, when he calls and like Cappy and I are together? It's like, hey, Dad, did you see the Pirates-Marlins game or some crap? So I just go off. I'm like, oh, you want to talk about sports? Why don't we talk about that DM you sent me about how Sedano sucks? How about that, Justin?
Yeah, that's what he says. He does that. And my son's like, what are you talking about? Like, my son gets super frustrated, because Morales has put words in his mouth. What are you talking about, Morales? I actually like when he fires back at you. I think it's really fun.
It is nice.
Yeah. George, what's got your attention? You look like you're squinting a little bit, like you're I'm trying to
reading
look
an
at
email
something.
that came in for something, but that was that.
You want to read it out loud? Share with the class.
It's not has nothing to do with anything that.
Is it from a league official? Is it from one of the referees?
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's a business related thing, Cappy.
Business. It's business.
I was kind of surprised that it came through.
Okay.
All right.
But anyway, look, man. He's not going to be there, so just deal with it. You'll be all right.
I'll be okay. I got Beto.
Right.
Me and Beto and a whole bunch of
I'm about to take my clothes off.
We see now when that happens. Beto, shut up.
What are the greatest moments ever?
Chris, what are you promoting as far as like some of the best food we should eat tomorrow at Islands?
Well, I know they have those new protein bowls that are great.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be, back before, the heart thing, 356. I used to be big into the onion rings, the cheddar fries. I like the wedge sandwich, which is their BLT.
Mm-hmm.
Get it with extra bacon, a little cheddar on there. Bam! Oh, it's beautiful. But now I would have to probably eat like the salad. But their tacos are also great. I can't think of the name, but their soft tacos are incredible. Anything you want. The Islands has got you covered, man.
There's gonna be some food going down tomorrow at Islands. I'll tell you that right now.
I said we should sit Funch at the bar with like an all-day Funch cam and have him hold the wireless, we can go to Funch whatever we want.
It's not a bad call, Linz. We just have Funch sample a little of everything.
Yeah.
I want the black and blue burger.
You want the what?
The black and blue burger.
Oh, that's nice.
It's so good.
We should have him just sit there, and then we'll be like, we'll put the audio on when he's doing something funny.
You get him a side of Henny.
If we put Funch at the bar at the beginning of the show, he'd be smashed by like 3:30.
Yeah, we'll get him a little bit of that Chevalier.
I don't know if they have Chevalier at Islands.
They don't have that.
I believe they do.
Do they really?
I mean, I think I've had some at Islands before.
I mean, come on, Ma.
What?
Ma.
Come on, Ma. That's how Funchy said. Funchy never says man. Like, hey, man. He goes, hey, Ma. Everything is Ma, like M-U. He doesn't say M-A-N. He says Ma.
I never noticed that.
What do you mean you never? You call everybody Ma. What's up, Ma?
What's up, Ma?
There you go. All right. So, Georgie, we got a lot that we're going to get to this afternoon. Are you kind of ready to rock and roll here or not?
It's 3:58. We've been on the air for 58 minutes.
Nah, we're just warming up, dude. We're stretching out a little bit. We're kind of doing some calisthenics over here, trying to loosen up the hamsters.
Is this how you do the Cappy Cast? You just kind of like meander your way through it?
Well, no. Actually, when I'm on the Cappy Cast, everybody's actually talking to each other. We're not like answering emails about business. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Then you can do the rest of the show by yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was going so well.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God. 3:58. More of Sedano and Cap next.
Thanks, Dad, for all the wisdom you've passed down to me that I promised to start using. Someday. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Father's Day freebie. Dads get a slick mechanical pencil free on Father's Day.
Number 2.
Billy Gardell, live July 12th.
And the number 1 reason.
Extreme gift giveaway. Get an HD Eternal drone when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 17th.
Morongo. Good times.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
1 minute after 4 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano Kap, the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover. It's time for what you need to know. Sedano Kappy, who's there? Is Sedano? Did Sedano hang up?
I'm still here.
Oh, thank God.
No, he just closed his computer.
Oh, thank God.
I did. I just
I'm
closed
here.
my computer for dramatic effect.
Which was very good. Very well done.
I got scared because Kappy ain't got nothing, so it was going to be a long 2 hours without you.
Well,
Sharon.
I mean, I was also just bored of him kvetching about not being able to do the show with you tomorrow. Like, you know, if he's worried about his own personal issues of not doing a show by himself without you, he's doing it with Beto.
Yeah, I have no issue at all.
Then I figured it was time for me to answer emails because if we're not going to do the show, then whatever. I'll worry about my own personal thing while he's worrying about his personal thing.
Brought to you by
my personal thing is just the Island Boy wig. It's important, George.
Island Boy.
What part
Well,
of that
then
you
make
don't find
Beto
important?
wear it, for God's sake.
You know what? That's a good idea. You know what? Screw it. Beto's wearing the wig.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So what you need to know is that it's going to start to get really hot this week. And in many areas of LA, it's going to be up to 91 degrees in the next 2 days. Probably where I live a little bit cooler. In downtown, like 90 degrees. But yeah, 100 degrees in parts of the valley. So it's like our first big heat wave of the year. Can't
It's
wait.
getting hot in here. So take
It
off
is the
all
first
your
time it
clothes.
happens. I feel like everyone runs out and buys their window air conditioners or fans or whatever, and then it's just like, oh, it's not going to get really hot again until like July.
Tell him, DeAndre. Tell him that ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing, man.
Come on, man. Out in the desert. That's where it's really hot. How hot is it out in the desert right now, DeAndre?
Probably about right now. Probably about 100.
100?
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
You be sweating in there?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Oh yeah. This is my first summer, like on all this medicine and stuff. So it's weird. It's weird because the last time we had a mild heat wave where I got up to the high 80s, doing my walks was very. I had to keep fluids, which I'm on diuretics for. So it was very odd. Like the system doesn't know what to do, and it just kept sweating out the fluid. So it's. I got to get used to it. Go ahead. This is where you go, Kappy or Sedano.
Oh, well. Listen, I am with Sedano. I'm not here to talk to you about your diuretics.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here to do the show.
Go ahead.
Okay. Are we ready for a little bit of our NBA Insider Outsider segment, George?
Sure. I thought we didn't even do the Dodgers stuff, but okay, we can do that.
You want to get to the Dodgers from last night?
I mean, we could talk about the Dodgers a little more.
All right, then go ahead. Let's talk about the
because
Dodgers.
the music is already playing.
Oh, all right. Well, once the music plays.
Shohei Ohtani.
You want to talk about Ohtani?
Tush push.
Billions and millions of people waiting for Ohtani. Let's talk a little NBA Insider Outsider now that the ball is dribbling. George, are you ready for Game 3 of the NBA Finals?
Of course I'm ready for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I believe it's going to be a very pivotal game in this series because, you know, Indiana had won both games, first two games pretty much not pretty much, in every series. And now OKC, after giving away a game and Indiana stealing game one, went out and did kind of what they do, which is kind of really put it on teams in the following game because they don't lose back-to-back very often.
All right, so here it comes. You ready? I'm the outsider. You're the insider. You can't get much more inside than where you are right now doing the NBA Finals on national TV. As the outsider, I'll ask the insider. What is the biggest adjustment the Pacers must make to win Game 3?
I think Tyrese Halliburton needs to be more aggressive, I would say.
Halliburton.
And I think, it's funny, when I talked to one of his teammates today, they even said sometimes we'd be okay with him even taking a bad shot just so he knows, so that way we feel like, that he's not going to let them dictate how he plays offensively. Sometimes he's too unselfish is basically what one of his teammates told me. So I think that would be the start. Number two, I also feel like the bench didn't help them in a way that they helped them in game one. Bench players generally and role players in general play better in home games. So I feel like that should help them, at least in game three. So that's kind of it. Like, they're going to need an ultra-aggressive Tyrese Halliburton. I believe, if I recall correctly, in games that he has scored 20 or more in this postseason, they are 7-1. So that's a big start, and then he needs help from the bench because it can't just be him and Pascal Siakam pretty much the whole game.
Let me call a quick timeout here in the middle of NBA Insider Outsider. Let me go to what Stephen A. Smith said about Halliburton and what he did or didn't do in Game 2. Let me play this for you because that's going to lead me to my next outsider versus insider question. Here's what Stephen A. said about Halliburton.
Superstar status is reserved for the few. When we talk about LeBron James, there is no question that is a superstar. When we talk about Steph Curry, there is no question. When we talk about KD, Giannis, Jokic, there is no question you're talking about superstar status. So when you mention somebody on that level, it got to be bona fide. Yeah. It can't be a question mark or whatever. Now, Halliburton has that potential. But in the end, last night was emblematic of the criticism that he's received because in losses and in games they've struggled, that's what he's looked like. Where you at? Where's the jump shot? Where's getting to the hole? Where's the pull-up jump shot? Where's finishing up at the basket? Where's pushing the ball in the open court? Where's being in attack mode? Where's that level of aggression? Where's the choke sign? Where are you going in hostile confines and like, yeah, I'm here. It's my show. I'm taking it from y'all. Where's that dude? Right. And when you don't do that, then they're saying, all right, it happens. With him, it happens too often. See, the superstars, it's rare. It happens, but it's rare.
All right, there you go.
I like how Stephen A. mentioned all the superstars who aren't playing in the NBA Finals, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but he's also doubling down because remember,
he has been very adamant that he's not a superstar.
Right, and he even propped up the Knicks and put down the Pacers and Halliburton in particular. Right, so he's doubling down on this because he was wrong. He found out he was wrong as they beat his Knicks. So, George, here's the outsider-insider question. Tyrese Halliburton's finals performance thus far, through 2 games, has been blank.
Outside of one shot, I would call it subpar.
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming is good. Well, no, it can't be underwhelming when you hit the game winner. You know what I mean? So, I think there has to be a caveat.
Properly rated.
Properly rated, yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a caveat. He's hit. I thought Richard Jefferson made a really good point at the end of Game 2. Halliburton was struggling through the first 3 quarters in a big way, so much so that I asked Jalen Williams about it in the quarter interview, and he was talking about the way they were defending him. And then he had a big fourth quarter, right, where he scored a ton of points, but the game was already pretty much out of hand at that point. And Richard's like, no, man, this doesn't vibe. You can't do this now, when the game is out of hand. You got to do this way earlier in the game to keep your team in the game.
All right, here comes question 3, outsider-insider. The X factor through the first 2 games has been who?
That's a good question. I would say that, I think each game has to take a life of its own, right? So I don't think that there has been an X factor that has been consistent through both games. I would say in Game 1, the X factor, if I had to look for an X factor, Obi Toppin had a really good game off the bench in Game 1. And I would say in Game 2, I thought the X factor was Mark Daigneault going to his 2-big-man lineup, which he seemed hesitant to use in this series because Indiana's not a huge team. And that lineup worked perfectly. It worked really well. So I would say that if there was an X factor in Game 2, it was that.
How about Caruso?
Yeah, I mean, Alex is always pretty consistent on the defensive end. Like, he's an elite-level defender. He's a 2-time first-team All-NBA player. So, like, I don't look at him as an X factor.
What about Aaron Wiggins? What do you think?
That's a good one. Aaron Wiggins hit a bunch of shots. He did have one funny heat check where he missed the
ball
rim completely.
knowers.
But that is a good one, DeAndre. Yeah, Aaron Wiggins, an X factor in Game 2. But I think the bigger X factor was playing both big men in the first half, and that really kind of started to separate the two teams.
All right, here comes question 4 of Outsider for Insider. Of the 2 games so far, which is more indicative of how the rest of this series is likely to go?
Well, that's a loaded question, Cappy, because what I would say is if you really look at OKC, they have been about a 500 team in the clutch games, the close games, the games 5 points or less within 5 minutes to go in the game. And so, it's a coin toss in that scenario. But then they always come back and have that game that you just saw in Game 2. So I guess if I had to say, I would say it's more likely we'd see more games like Game 2 than what we saw in Game 1.
And last one, last chance to dance. Is there a storyline going into Game 3 that you might call under the radar? Give us something. You're there. You're in the middle of it all.
Under the radar. Is there a storyline that's under the radar?
Indiana coming home. They stole Game 1.
No.
How can they possibly get the lead in the series? Is there a storyline somewhere? Maybe there isn't.
I don't think there's anything under the radar per se. No, I don't think so. I think everything is, to this point, kind of like stuff that we already know. Like OKC's defense is exceptional, an all-time level type of defense in a lot of ways. They have so many great guys that defend. I guess maybe, if we wanted to find something a little more existential, I do think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, we know he's an exceptional player on the floor. I do think that...
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
His leadership is probably something that goes untold more so. And he also doesn't want to talk about it in a way that is substantive. But, like, his teammates will tell you about him just kind of just leading not only by example, being vocal, doing lots of different things to making sure the guys kind of stay in the right frame of mind.
See, that's a little something under the radar. I don't get to hear about all that. Nice. So it's having you embedded right in the middle of all of that. Boots on the ground.
Embedded is an excellent phrase.
Thank you so much.
Embedded in war rooms across the country.
Underutilized.
Oh, speaking of that, do we want to do a show? I was going to email this, but we might as well do it on the air. Why not? So do we just want for the NHL draft, which is across the street at Peacock Theater, do we just want Funchy and the street team there, and then it's like Funchy on the street and the social media team? Or do we want to try to do a show?
I mean,
what's the date?
I don't know if we do a show. Like,
here's the thing: is us, we're going to be having making fun, but doing our bits.
I don't think that's a good idea.
They might get mad.
The NHL will be like, "Come on, guys, really?" And the Kings will be like, "These are our guys."
And we also are rights holders, so I think the better move is like Funchy on the street outside the building.
Because if we piss off the Dallas Stars, because we're like, "Hello there, Canadian sir," and they're like,
"Well, they're not Canadian necessarily."
No, but they might be drafting a Canadian.
Oh, got it.
Or a Frenchman.
Mr.
There's a
Lemieux,
lot of
would
French
you like me
hockey
to interview
players.
you?
I got to be honest with you.
So I think we're safer to do our bits,
Yes,
but have
much
Funchy do
safer.
the bits. That way,
Yep.
if the Kings get mad, we're like, Well, it was Funchy. It wasn't
Yeah,
us.
we didn't have anything to do with it. We didn't tell him to go over
and,
there.
and outside the building is different than inside the building. Is what
Well, no, I think he's going to be inside. He's going to be deep embedded inside the NHL
Yeah,
draft.
he's going to try and find
Another
like,
good use of embedded.
all of the NHL superstars of years
Yeah, I
past.
mean, that stuff, plenty of people do stuff like that.
Embedded deep with puckhead Michael Funches.
But I mean, like, if you went to the NFL draft and you were there, like, to do like interviews with these guys after they get drafted, that's kind of cool. But with the NHL guys who get drafted, could you imagine them bringing one of these kids over to us to sit down and we're like, we have no idea who he is,
And then
where
you and
he's
I
from.
just share a hand roll in front of him?
Right, and then you and I are like making out with hand rolls together, and these kids are like scarred for life because they're like 17 years old, you know?
Funch, you should go up to guys and ask them to take their teeth out.
Don't they still have their teeth at 18, though?
No, at that age they do.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, I mean, there's going to be old guys there probably announcing picks and stuff. No,
Maybe
Like
Cappy's
Mr.
friend
Lemieux?
Marty McSorley will be there.
Yeah,
Marty
Mr.
McSorley's there. I'm not there
Yep.
because Marty McSorley wants a piece of us, and he'll take both of us down. And last night, George, I don't know if you were watching because I know you were out with Barkley last night, but let me tell you, Edmonton
We
was
were
getting
watching the
beaten
hockey
up.
game. Yeah, it was a lot of fights.
So when Edmonton was getting destroyed by Florida last night, Edmonton started going old school dirty hockey, smacking guys on the back of the legs with their sticks. And before you knew it, it really looked like hockey from the late 70s where there's 10 guys on the ice, nobody's wearing any gloves, and they are beating the ever-living hell out of each other. That's real hockey is what that is right
It's
there.
old-time hockey, as somebody once said.
That's right.
There you go.
Marty McSorley up on stage.
Marty McSorley wants a piece of Christopher. He's going to beat you down, dude.
No, you're the one that said he
No,
looked
no.
old.
You said he looked terrible.
I did, and he did look terrible. He was wearing like a polo from 1992. Come on, man. It was a playoff game.
Oh, wow.
We should get Funch in like the pads and stuff.
That's
Dress
not
him
a
up
bad
like
call.
A goalie.
Not a bad call. Funchy goes walking in there with all the goalie gear.
I got a Kings jersey. I got a Gretzky jersey.
A mouthpiece and a hockey stick.
You know who's coming over to the studio in a couple weeks, Cappy?
Who dat?
The crazy Hernandez brothers.
Both?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
All of them?
Well, there's two of them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is Tio and Tia coming?
Maybe. I don't know if Poppy. Maybe Poppy
Yeah,
Hernandez
Poppy
who started
Hernandez.
it all in the 70s, you know?
Be great.
And here's the thing. If you want flooring like Cappy did, Rachel's handling business now because
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
I'm
happens.
out of it. I'm
Rachel stands on business. Cappy doesn't deal with any of this stuff.
Mm-mm.
If you need flooring in your home, your rental, or ADU, I mean, just call Hernandez. 866-62-FLOOR. 866-62-FLOOR. Go to their website if you want, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. You know what drives me nuts is those big box national retail stores. Pretend to give you a deal, marking up the price to mark it down. We're not idiots, man. Come on. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, as you heard me and Cappy mention, legitimately family run. Everybody's there. Old school TLC, authentic stuff, wholesale pricing year round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, and just the best price from the start, man. That's why I say it, and I mean it. No sale beats wholesale, okay? Whether it's hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory, 2 locations, one in Santa Ana, one in Commerce. You can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day, and that's huge, especially when trying to finish a project fast. It's why designers, contractors, and builders all shop here, and they know the crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you, and they'll take care of you too, okay? Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, and check this out. First responders, active military veterans, all receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. And if you find a better price, which I doubt, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. So check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
How many of those bothering them? 11% Belgian beers did you take down? Because that's a commitment.
I got through my six-pack.
Oh.
Yeah, I got through my six-pack.
That's a lot of 11% beer.
It's not that bad. Is it really that bad? Maybe I got an issue.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway. It's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
421 on a live imaging Tuesday. On this day in 1978, the number one hit, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, You're the One That I Want, from the Grease soundtrack. DeAndre, what you know about Grease?
I know nothing about Grease.
Oh, dude, you're missing out, man. I heard Mason say earlier today that he hates Grease. How do you hate Grease?
I mean, it's kind of like not hateable. Like, what can you hate about it?
What a great movie.
It's cheesy, though.
Yeah, but that's sort of the.
I mean, but
that's
it's
what
also
they were
part
doing.
of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, cheesy in like 1978 cheesy. But come on, when Olivia Newton-John at the end, this song right here, when she shows up in those black leather pants and those pumps, and she's got on that like top, and her hair's all, frizzied out and everything, and John Travolta is doing his thing. Come on, that was a great movie.
By the way, join Mason, Ireland, and Sedano and Cap tomorrow. Live broadcast time for LA versus San Diego. A watch party starting at noon at Islands in West Covina and Island Bay. We'll be talking baseball, repping LA pride, and soaking up the SoCal vibes, all from the Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue in West Covina. LA takes on South, and we'll be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. That's tomorrow at Islands Restaurant, fine burgers and drinks. You excited for Islands, Cappy?
I am pretty excited about it tomorrow. I am going to be curious if Beto will play. We'll find out. We'll find out if Beto will play along with the Island Boys. He can be the other Island Boy since you're not going to be there.
Well, I've got Rams Media Day in the morning.
I understand.
Also on this day in 1988, Poltergeist 3.
Do you understand? He's probably said it like 3 times already.
No, I get it. But there's still a chance he might come out to
There's
West
no
Covina.
way if I get done at 1 o'clock in Woodland Hills, I'm getting to West Covina by 3.
Yeah,
right, but the bigger issue is the ride, isn't it? Like, you and I were going to go together, but then, since I'm going to the Padres-Dodgers tonight down in South.
Yeah, you screwed it all up.
I screwed you.
Yeah.
Over.
Wait, how did you screw him?
Because he didn't want to be up here because he's afraid of some of the activity going on in downtown.
Oh, yeah, petrified.
So he's like, oh, no, we actually have Padres-Dodgers tickets. I won't be coming up tonight. And he's also mad that I can't walk tomorrow morning.
Right.
Because I'm out the door at 5 a.m. at 80
but
Central.
it's only going to take you 30 minutes to get out there tomorrow morning. Why are you going out there at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Because that's call time.
Oh.
That's call time.
Cappy.
Okay, call time.
Also on this day in 1983, Octopussy, starring Roger Moore as James Bond, premiered in theaters. I was trying to get through it without chuckling.
Come on,
and
man.
then I heard Cappy respond just
Right.
breathing,
Come on.
and that threw me.
Right. I mean, really? What's the
Scott,
movie
you're
called?
still laughing.
What's the movie? What?
DeAndre.
Ask DeAndre what he knows about that movie. DeAndre, you ain't never heard that movie, huh?
12?
I have not, no.
Never heard of
James
it?
Bond movie.
I have not, no.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie, actually.
It is.
Even if you don't see it, just say it.
Roger Moore.
It was Cap's reaction to it.
Roger Moore.
I'm a Roger Moore girl.
Roger Moore was right. He was the James Bond when I was a little kid.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Yeah.
Funchy, are you a Roger Moore guy?
Yes, View to a Kill.
Oh, View to a Kill is a great movie.
My favorite is
And a
Live
good
and
song,
Let Die.
Duran.
Live
Yeah.
and Let Die is the best one.
San Francisco was the backdrop in A View to a Kill. Yeah, it was great.
Who was the guy that did it for one movie?
Oh, his name was Timothy
Dalton.
Okay, yes. The Living Daylights.
Listen, there is a very good documentary just about him and how
sure there is.
he was like some random. Listen, he was a random dude that ended up being cast like by accident in James Bond and like had the time of his life and like never really did anything after that. But it was just the most random thing ever.
Yeah,
And
because Pierce Brosnan took over after that, right?
yeah, I think so.
For a
Yes,
little
he did,
while,
he
and
did.
then they did the most recent guy.
Daniel Craig, but now they're looking for a new one, right?
Wait a second. Will there be more
Yeah.
007
Yeah,
movies?
they've been trying to figure out who it is for like 5 years now.
But I thought in the last one, and I didn't see it, spoiler alert, I thought he died.
He dies in a lot of them.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, Beto Duran has texted and said no Island Boys tomorrow.
That's what he said. No
Uh-oh.
Island Boys. He don't want to play.
See how good I am, Cappy? I play I play dress up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I dress up for you, and nobody else will.
You think Beto's going to want to share fries tomorrow? Eat fries out of each other's mouths?
You know what? Speaking of dressing up, who are the Dodgers going to dress up as a pitcher?
Oh, that was smooth.
Very good, George. Very, very good.
Well,
have they announced who's going to be starting? Because, I mean, it is just a bullpen
Well, I heard it's
day.
a bullpen game, right?
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, which member of the bullpen is actually going to get the call
Trevino.
today?
Whoever that is.
Well, as Beto said yesterday.
Real Dodgers talk here every day on
Well, no.
Sunday.
Well, listen,
I'm
we're at the
familiar
point where
with
there's
him.
like 37 guys on the IL. Like,
Right.
I mean,
It was just funny how you said it.
But the way Beto
Trevino.
said it,
It is Trevino, yeah.
Beto said it well
Chevalier is-
yesterday. Not Chevalier, Trevino. Beto said it well yesterday. Every
Not
day.
Lee Trevino, but
no,
Lou
no, not
Trevino.
him. Every day you get an email from the Dodgers saying, "Hey, this guy was sent down. This guy was brought up. This guy was moved. This guy was."
Wait,
all these
I don't
transactions.
Get those emails.
Well, neither do I, but Beto does.
Oh.
And his point was that every day the Dodgers find themselves in such a desperate spot for starting pitching. But here's the reality, George. If you were watching last night, I know you were out with Charles Barkley, but you said you happened to see the hockey game. I don't know if you were watching intently on this Dodger-Padre game last night. They did go deep into the bullpen last night. But here's the thing about the Dodgers, and this is what is so frustrating, certainly for Padre fans,
Right.
is that even when the Dodgers go out and spend the kind of money they've spent in the last few years, and in particular this past year when they went and got Sasaki, not that he was the big money guy, but Blake Snell was, when they go out and they get all this starting pitching.
It doesn't matter because they're still in first place despite all of it. Right.
And even when guys get hurt and guys can't perform, like Tyler Glasnow, nowhere to be found, Blake Snell, 60-day IL, and the list goes on and on. Now Tony Gonsolin. But here's what's so frustrating, is they always find ways to win.
They do.
And last night, in a 6-6 game, two things. I mean, it was one of the worst defensive games I've seen played, certainly on the San Diego side all season. But a kid from San Diego, Tommy Edman, winds up hitting a ball that goes right up the middle, hits second base, like literally hits the bag,
Right.
and then goes motoring, flying out into right field. I mean, I really cannot remember seeing that in a baseball game. I'm sure it happens where the ball hits the bag and it caroms and goes in a different direction.
Yeah.
But between Andy Pages and Tommy Edmonds in the 10th inning last night, and the Padres wielding out their Wandy
Freddie
Peralta.
Freeman also was incredible, I thought.
Freddie had a nice night.
Yeah.
Freddie had a real nice night. Although he did have that strikeout in, I want to say it was the top of the 8th, and Morahone, who was the pitcher for the Padres, was like pumping his fist, and he was doing all this stuff. And and I was like, okay, well, maybe these guys are, caught the emotion. Maybe they're going to come back and win this thing. But Dodgers stuck it to him again last night at Petco Park. So I'll be down there tonight.
Did you hear what Will Smith said? Cappy?
What did he say?
I did not.
First 3 innings, like the way he was back and forth, it was just like you just picked right back up from last October.
No, it felt like another game in June.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
A lot of people are thinking that Will Smith is throwing shade.
I think he is.
But to a baseball player, it is another game in June.
Yeah.
To the fans, it's a bigger deal, in my opinion.
Agreed. And here's the thing. I know there's the Max Muncy sound about, is it a rivalry or whatever, this, that, and the other, and he says no, that it's not, or whatever. Do we have it? Because I'd love to hear it. I heard it on Mason in Ireland.
This ongoing conversation about whether this is or is not a rivalry.
I mean, look, it's not in the big picture, okay? Like, it is a snapshot in time where these teams are both incredibly competitive with each other, but it takes more than just a couple of years of good competition to be a rivalry.
But the thing about this time, like you just said, a snapshot in time. You've got Dave Roberts, who's from San Diego, went to UCLA, played for the Padres, was on the Padres coaching staff before he got the job with the Dodgers.
And then they knocked him out of the playoffs.
Right, and by the way,
but it's
but keep going back a little bit, Lindsay, because the Padres knocked the Dodgers out of the playoffs, and then the Dodgers knocked the exact. So in the last, call it 4 or 5 years. It has become a divisional rivalry, but in the history of baseball,
it's a rivalry to the Padres. I don't think it's a rivalry to the Dodgers.
Here, let's play what Max Muncy said.
Padres bring everything that is in a rivalry, but you only have one rival. I don't like when people say you have rivals. I just think if you have a rival, it's your counterpart, and that's always going to be the Giants for the Dodgers, at least, and it's always going to be the Red Sox for the Yankees. People always made the argument that the Astros and Yankees had a good rivalry going, and it's like, that's true, but you only have one rival. And so for me, like I said, the Padres bring everything that a rivalry brings. For me, your rival is just one team. You don't have multiple teams as your rival.
I don't have a problem with that. I can live with that.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with him. There's very few teams that actually have more than one rival in any sport, for that matter.
Okay. Well, like, for example, in college football, if you're Michigan, who's your rival?
Ohio State.
And who else?
That's it.
It's really not Michigan State, because again, it's like the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if you're USC, who's your rival in football?
Notre Dame.
UCLA is always your rival, and
okay.
I guess
they
that? Technically
see.
They I guess technically you could maybe make the case for Notre Dame too. I would give that. I would say that. But again, that's the rare situation. That's not the norm, I would say.
No, I would say that in the last 5 years, because the Padres have spent money and because of the crossover of players and managers and coaches and whatever else and people that have moved back and forth. I mean, Mark Pryor, who's the pitching coach for the Dodgers, he's also a San Diego guy. So there's a lot of little crossover things. Rivalry.
Right, but again, those are only interesting to the San Diego people, is what I would say.
I don't know if it is or isn't. Listen, as far as it being a rivalry, what does it really matter? The bottom line is this, is that a few years ago, Padres knocked the Dodgers out of the playoffs. Last year, the Dodgers knocked the Padres out of the playoffs. And for the fan bases, this is a much bigger series than it is for these players, in my estimation, because I'm kind of with Will Smith. Like, it's another game in June.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you that. But I just think that to me, this is more of the Padres. You're our rival. Be our rival, and it's not always that. Like Shaq, I remember Shaq one time telling me a funny story. I don't remember the specifics right now, but it was something to the fact he used like some analogy to like a karate movie or something. Like he said, like when the grandmaster, is out there and. The student claims he's his rival, and he's like, no, that's not the case. Just because someone claims you're the rival, you're not the rival. And I'm like, okay, whatever the hell that meant. But he's right. Like, the Padres want this to be a rivalry, and clearly the Dodgers and their fans also don't view it.
Well, when you say they want it to be a rivalry, it's because in San Diego, they have always looked at the Dodgers as the team in the organization that you got to get past, and rarely, if ever, have gotten past. And they've always looked at the Dodgers as, we'll never be able to keep up with those guys financially. And so the Padres very much look at the Dodgers as little brother down south.
Correct.
And the Dodgers do not look at the Padres as, hey, we are traditional historic rivals. That is the Giants. But in this moment in time, as you put it, a snapshot in time, this has become a very entertaining series. And I thought last night was great. I mean, it was not a beautifully played game. Not that I'm some romantic baseball purist, but it was a very entertaining production.
Radio Michael fan put it succinctly, I would say. He says, Cappy, what Sedano is saying is, quote, it's not a rivalry at the macro level, but a rivalry at the micro level.
Oh, macro versus micro. Very good job, Radio Michael. Very nice work. Very good. Yeah. George, you ready for a little Tinder?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Hey, DeMarco Farr here. Join the club at Pechanga Resort Casino. New club members who sign up receive a $25 resort credit as well as a chance to win $100 in bonus credit. Enjoy perks like earning club dollars with every bet, invitations to exclusive promotions and events, and much, much more. Visit the club at Pechanga to sign up and start receiving benefits right away. Your perfect entertainment resort and casino combination is available at Pechanga. Voted the best Southern California casino.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ, that's JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
.438 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano Kap. Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. On this day in 1989, the series Tales from the Crypt debuted on HBO. What was his name, Linz?
The Crypt Keeper.
Crypt Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Do an impersonation. Was that Sedano or Linz?
That was not me.
Oh.
I'm guessing Sedano, yeah.
That was pretty good, George. That was like right on, spot on.
Radio Tinder time. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every deal is a deal. Every day is a deal, actually. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Funch is over here talking about the Crypt Keeper movie with
Is
Dennis.
there a movie?
Yeah.
Bordello something with Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Oh, yeah, I do remember
Really?
that. Yeah.
Dennis
Maybe
Miller
it's
and the
Bordello of Blood.
That's
Funch.
what it was. That's what it was. Yes.
Oh, Bordello
Remember
of Blood.
Dennis
I've
Miller
heard
would
of
do
it.
like random movies. Like he was in Murder at 1600 with Wesley
Oh, yeah, I
Snipes.
remember that movie, too.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a really good movie.
Did Dennis Miller do anything after the failed Monday Night Football?
He did a lot of he became like Bill O'Reilly's partner, and they did all these like tours across the country way back when. He had a
Really?
radio show.
I remember the
for
radio
a few
show.
years.
Yeah.
What
So
he's doing nowadays?
I think he's pretty much retired in Santa Barbara.
Do you think Monday Night Football like ruined his career?
No, I was asking what
No.
he did afterwards. Yeah.
I think he had a pretty good run on like Fox News and that Bill O'Reilly circuit, and then had the radio show. I don't think Dennis Miller's hurting. I'm sure he's retired, just chilling.
I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Take it away, Linz.
All right, guys. So, college hoops player Jacoby Gillespie is reportedly preparing to take legal action against an NIL collective associated with Maryland if it does not pay him the money that is allegedly outlined in his contract. So, his lawyer is planning to file in court, even though he now plays for Tennessee. So, Gillespie's lawyer said that Blueprint Sports refuses to fulfill the remaining payments on his contract. But Blueprint Sports says Gillespie breached his contract by entering the transfer portal. So should he still get the money? Swipe left or swipe right? George, you go first.
That's it. I would need to know more details about like what was in the deal that he needed to do to fulfill said NIL contract. You know what I mean? Like what are the parameters of it? So let's just say, for argument's sake, that they said, well, he just had to play play X amount of games, right? If he did that, then so be it. Or if he had to do a certain amount of appearances for like whoever was paying him. Like, I just need to know if he's fulfilled any of it. And then if he has fulfilled at least some of it, then he's entitled to some money, I would presume.
All right, here comes instant, uneducated opinion. Okay?
Okay.
Coming from the guy who hates NIL. Go for it.
If you're not at the school, why would they pay you? Because I don't know about any of these NIL deals being fully guaranteed. And if you're at our school, we'll pay you. And if you leave us, then we're not going to pay you. And we're certainly not going to pay you while you're playing for somebody else. And by the way, this is not the first time that somebody has left a school because they did not get the money that was promised to them. What was that kid's name a couple of years ago? He was like the #1 high school quarterback in the country. He went to Florida.
Jaden Rashada.
Yeah,
he's still suing them, by the way.
Where's he at now? I mean, I don't even know. But
he was at Georgia last year, but I think he transferred somewhere else.
So, I mean, here was a guy that was promised all this money by Florida, never got a penny of it, and bounced. So this NIL thing, because it's not...
he bounced because so that one is a little more complicated, and he's a Northern California kid.
Local guy? Oh,
not a local guy.
Not
a local guy.
Caught
No.
myself.
No, and he so basically he signed the deal to go to Florida, and then apparently like Florida at the time maybe had 2 collectives, and I guess one of the guys at one of the collectives said, "Oh yeah, we're going to combine efforts and pay you," and then the other guy from the other collective was like, "Well, I didn't agree to that," like or whatever, and they couldn't agree on the money, and that's why he bounced. So it really wasn't the kids doing at that point. He just felt like, well, wait, if you guys can't agree on the money, then I got to go,
Yeah, but I'm with you, George. I don't know all the details. In fact, check that. I don't know any of the details about the college basketball player that's now at Tennessee. But bottom line is, good luck getting that money, young fella, and maybe you will. But for me, if you were playing at my school and I was going to pay you and you hit the transfer portal and you went to somebody else, forget it, pal. I'm not paying you. Sue me.
All right, Funchy has one too.
All right, let me tell you about my drive coming in today.
Hold on. Can I just say that you made me laugh so much because not only did you give me a pal, but you also threw in a sue me.
Yeah, a pal and a sue me. Right. Come get me, pal. Sue me.
Shouts out.
Okay, guys. Don't know what to say after that, guys. I was driving in today, and what's the second to fastest lane? Is that the number 2 lane?
Yes.
Okay, the number 2. I was in the number 2 lane, and I was behind a really, really slow driver. He must have been going 50, and in a 65 or whatever.
You know why that was? You know why?
Why?
Because he's baked.
Actually, let me finish this story. I passed him up. I went around him or whatever.
Did you flip him off?
No, I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to, Chris. I
Whoa,
wanted to so
Punchy, I
bad.
didn't know
I
you were
wanted
so
to
aggressive.
so bad.
You got to watch out, though.
I know, but let me tell you. I thought
Take two in the chest.
I thought it was a really old guy or whatever, old lady. It turns out it was like a Hell's Angel looking dude with like tattoo, bald head, long beard.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Tesla.
Oh.
What? Yeah, a Tesla. Yes, and he had a bowl of something with a spoon eating it.
Come on.
Yes, I don't know if it was cereal, rice, or something.
Was his car in like auto drive?
I don't know, man. I
don't know, Mom.
would assume.
Wait, was he holding the bowl with one hand?
Yes,
and a
he
spoon
was.
With the other?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Might be the weirdest thing I've ever seen driving. I've seen people smoking a huge bong. I've seen in a DVD player era in the seats. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've seen people watch adult movies while they were driving. But
All
this
right.
today might have been the weirdest thing I've ever seen. With a guy eating a bowl of rice or a bowl of cereal. So what is the weirdest thing you guys seen while driving?
Well, I saw Cappy almost crash the car I was in one time. Well,
One time? How about like 3 times?
And he fell asleep.
Last time me and
Really?
Chris were driving south when I was driving Chris down to Anaheim, he looked over at me and he was like half asleep. He goes like this. He goes, "Don't fall asleep." I'm like, "Wait a second, you're sleeping?" He's like, "Yeah, but you're driving." I listen. It's hard. It is hard. You get to the end of the day, you sit through an hour and a half of traffic just to get down to down to Commerce, and you still got a long way to go. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard staying awake. But I've not seen a bald-headed, long-bearded, Tesla-driving, cereal
Don't forget
eating
the tattoos.
guy.
Don't forget the tattoos on his head.
Doing 50 miles an hour down the freeway.
I've seen some people do some freaky stuff in a car, like as I'm driving.
Whoa.
And
Like
they're
what?
driving next to me.
What kind of freaky stuff?
He's talking about getting
you
it
know,
on.
You know.
You know what I'm talking
You know what I'm talking about.
While driving?
Yeah, you've never done that, Cappy? Come on.
Hard
yes,
to
you have.
believe.
Yes, you have.
Not like, I mean, there's multiple ways to do freaky stuff in a car,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be what you pretend to be the norm, is what I'm saying.
Take the dump truck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, I must say.
Cappy, you a freak, man.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say.
So I'm the only guy that ever seen a guy eat a bowl of cereal.
I've never seen that.
I've never
would
I've
be a
never
first
seen
for me,
cereal.
for sure.
I've eaten a lot of things in the car.
Same.
Pizzas.
Yeah.
Chili.
Road
Chili.
pies.
Pasta.
No doubt.
Chili.
Yeah.
How the hell you
I know how you eat
Sandwiches.
chili.
Yeah,
Hot
what?
dogs.
That's a bowl and a spoon type of thing.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. I've done all the stuff. But I've
Chili?
never done like bowl, like soupish or cereal. That's
I mean, that's just as dangerous
Tacos.
as chili.
enchiladas,
What else? Keep going.
taquitos, egg rolls,
Yeah, but egg
Oh,
rolls
yeah?
and taquitos are easy. Those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like hand
Yeah.
foods.
Egg
Blue
rolls, no
crab
problem.
rolls.
Yeah,
pastrami sandwiches.
You ever share a blue crab roll with somebody sitting in the passenger seat? Rip
While
it apart?
driving.
That could be our next thing. You and I share one while driving.
Chris's favorite part of the video, he told me, was when I had the crab roll in my mouth, no hands, and it looked like I was smoking a big fat cigar.
Well, it brought me back to my cigar days. And you're just walking around like, hey, let's do this. And I'm like, all right, let's do it, pal. Sue me.
Yeah, hey, pal, you want some of this? Come sue me.
Oh, man.
Well, there you have it.
And if
George.
we have Mandy's for there at Park West Bicycle Casino, which I
Yeah.
hope we do,
Mhm.
you and I are just going to share seafood on stage all night long.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we going to feed each other oysters?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just want to see Rachel walk out.
No, she won't even come.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, she's had it with us. Me in particular.
Go ahead and hang out with your sort of fat friend now.
Yeah. Your skinny fat friend.
Him and his heart attack. Although it wasn't a heart attack, it was heart failure.
Oh, that's right. What
Never
time is
knows.
it?
4:47.
Got it.
Oh, that's Radio Tinder, I think, right? We're done?
Yep.
Thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where if you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. What's up next, boys?
No homeboy after that?
Homeboy.
Okay, what's next is this. George called me earlier today, and he said, did you hear the listener just destroy Mason and Ireland?
During graffiti.
Sports graffiti. Yeah.
And I said, I did not hear that. And guess what? I guess we're going to hear this listener call and beat up on Mason and Ireland about the NBA Finals. That's
And
what
by the way, I just want Mason and Ireland to know this was your idea.
This is
My
good
idea?
horizontal recycling.
Yeah.
Horizontal recycling is an actual good way to describe it.
I like it. We're going to play audio from that show that's,
Previously heard on Mason and Ireland.
Let me tell you, I had to sit through 3 hours of it. That's next on Sedano Kap here on 710.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
DeMarco, what was your best birthday?
Ever?
Yeah.
Well, there's one, like when I was like 12.
What made it good?
I got everything I wanted. Like everything. I got the bike.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Transformers. I got everything I wanted plus cash.
Oh,
yeah.
It's hard to beat.
That was a cool one.
Do a fun party, too, with that? A theme party?
Everybody came to our house, so everyone came for me, got the cake, got to stand there, blow out the candles. That was a fun one. So, yeah. And this one was fun. This one was a great time.
You and I have the same birthday you have coming up later this year. Like, this is once you're past 21, we're only hitting the big numbers. Right? You're hitting 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe 75. But, yeah, you're going.
I mean, you would know.
Wow.
Right.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino, come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 00121. GAR 00192. PSIS license number 1358.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Underground when we come around.
Around and round, round they go.
Stronger than ever. Back to get wrecked. All respect.
8 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. Sedano and Kap on Live Imaging Tuesday. On this day in 1993, Tupac. Remember when May said Tupac?
Tupac. We had to delete the drops.
Right. Tupac released I Get Around featuring Digital Underground as a single. When I said that, DeAndre looked at me like I was really saying it.
You were.
No, I wasn't.
Making fun of me.
Also, happy birthday. Faith Evans turns 52. Kate Upton turns 33, and Elizabeth Hurley turns 60, the big 6-0.
Elizabeth Hurley is 60?
Wow. Yeah.
You know who she's dating?
No, who?
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you
as
mention
of recent.
you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Breaky Heart?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Good for him. Good for her.
It's the achy breaky skadach.
They're two good-looking people.
The achy breaky skadach, huh? Really?
I wonder how that happened.
How you get an achy breaky skadach?
Exactly.
Or how they met?
How they met. Oh, this is such a banger.
Go, Chris. Yeah.
Do you know the line dance, Chris?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Oh, you got to learn it.
I mean, it's very contemporary. You should learn it.
Oh, they still do this.
Yeah, they still do a lot of line dancing.
Line dances are a thing, Cap. You should learn.
Oh, yeah.
I know. What are some of the other line dances?
The cha-cha slide.
Yeah,
okay,
the cha-cha
slide. Okay, I think I can pick that one up.
I think DeAndre got into the cha-cha slide once.
Really?
I did, yes.
DeAndre, I thought his favorite was the Macarena.
Pot this up there. I want to hear the hook. What a monster song this was. Think about this, came out the same year as Friends in Low Places, or they were a year apart, by Garth Brooks.
Oh, that's
I mean, these
great
two songs made me a country music fan.
Oh, yeah, Friends in Low Places. And back then, Garth Brooks, I mean, every song he had, even if you didn't like country music, you could have gotten into Garth Brooks back then.
No, absolutely.
All right, so George, why don't you set this up for us, because I didn't get to hear it. And then you and I are talking, and you're like, did you hear what happened on Mason and Ireland?
Guy Adam called in, and he was very disappointed in them, let's say, about their coverage of the NBA Finals, is what he said.
Everyone's complaining about this Finals.
Sorry,
and
I
not
thought
being...
that meant that you wanted me to play it. My bad.
No,
My bad, y'all.
I just had one more caveat. Because I don't know where this starts or where it ends, but he basically said that he was particularly he said he singled out John, but I don't know why he necessarily singled out John.
He came in hot.
But he singled out John, and after listening, I didn't understand that part of it. I guess unless maybe he's saying, well, you work in the NBA, like maybe you should be more supportive. But I didn't understand that part. But nonetheless, he definitely took umbrage with their coverage of the Finals.
Everyone's complaining about this Finals and not being superstars, marketable, whatever. Adam Silver and his marketing team somehow missed all the labels on the court and didn't promote it as if it's a Finals game, just in case someone who didn't know it was the Finals would somehow land on it and be like, oh, it's the Finals. These are amazing players with unbelievable charisma. SGA, whether or not you guys know it, is unbelievably popular with Gen Z. Tyrese Halliburton is doing the best Reggie Miller impression of all time. I just don't understand how the NBA has failed at marketing any players that come after Steph, LeBron, and KD. It's actually sad and pathetic. And you guys carry the Finals and still say, "Oh, it's two small market teams." If it was any other league, just like Edmonton and Florida, you guys are saying it's an incredible series. How come there is no promotion of the NBA Finals when there is no Steph, LeBron, KD, or the Celtics?
Well, first of all, they have the lowest ratings after these first two games in 25 years.
But
so
I think that is a function of a poor marketing job.
Okay, but then whose fault is that? Is that our fault or is that Adam Silver's fault?
I mean, you guys work for ESPN. Why are we not propping it up? Why do we keep saying it's too small market? Like, get people hyped, get people excited. I just think it's a really, really lazy job to continuously say it's too small markets with younger guys that nobody knows when if you look at like other metrics of like digital media, digital market, whatever, those spaces, those two guys are.
That was earlier, which I thought he was a great call.
And look, he's not wrong about the stuff you potted down. I mean, it is Gen Z watches the games very differently. They watch it in clips. They don't watch full anything, by the way, is what I would say. And that league is always skewed young regardless, is how I would add. But, look, I do think the media, and I include us in that, right? I'm a big believer. We talked about this before the series. I feel like media has a responsibility in sports to talk about sports. Okay, and the championship round should matter. And we talked about it the other day. Like anything that has a championship round, like I'm in, like I'm watching. At the very least, even if I'm not watching intently, I'm watching some of it. I'm trying to catch up on it. I'm keeping up on it, reading up on it, whatever. Now, look, I we were joking the other day, right? Like I love tennis, so I was watching tennis. I know Michael likes tennis, so he and I talk tennis. Hockey. I was watching that hockey game yesterday. Like, I was into that because it's the Stanley Cup final. Like, why wouldn't you at least keep tabs on it? Like, I grew up as someone who really would always keep tabs on all the championship rounds, all the majors in golf, all the majors in tennis. And maybe that's why I got into sports, because I really just love sports. But I do think it is, and lazy's probably not the right word. What I would say is, we've become on talk shows particularly, we've become kind of this dismissive group when we don't feel like it is when it's something new, right? We always dismiss new things. And John was partially right. Like, I wouldn't go as far back as 25 years because that would be 2000. That's when the Lakers were playing. It was actually 2007 when LeBron lost to the Spurs. And we didn't know LeBron back then, okay? So here's the lesson I would tell you, Chris and Cappy, and Adam, if you're still listening, or anyone, is that in 2007 we had the lowest rated finals between the Spurs and the Cavs in the non-COVID division, okay? Because the bubble was played, the finals was played in October. It's not the way it should be played. Like, those numbers are skewed in a big way. But what ended up happening after that? LeBron loses as a young player, and his story starts to build from there. And by the way, LeBron then later plays the Spurs in the finals 2 more times, albeit with a different team, and that thing was incredibly successful from a rating standpoint and incredibly successful from a viewership standpoint, and, created one of the greatest shots in the history of the NBA Finals in Ray Allen's shot in Game 6. So, and memorable shots. So what I'm saying is, this dismissive notion of, it's lowest rated, this, that. I mean, you could have said that about LeBron, and that turned out pretty well as the story builds. I've been a big proponent, and we've said this on the air too, of it's short-term pain for long-term gain. You're building the myth-making of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Tyrese Halliburton and creating the stars of tomorrow. That doesn't mean it's going to happen and it's going to be an instant success.
Well, listen, I know we're up against the top of the hour, but I'll just say this. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen from the beginning. Everybody who did not want to watch this because your team's not into it, or you say there aren't super teams, there aren't superstars, these are small markets, the easy thing to do for people who don't want to watch it is to rip it. That's it.
Well, why don't you ask someone like Funch, who is a basketball fan?
Well, let's do that on the other side.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk to Funchy next. Next up.
Funchy talk.
Yeah, Funchy talk. Hey,
I'm
Funchy.
here.
Why don't you talk LAFC? 30 minutes nonstop coming up next right here on 710 ESPN.
But before we get there, can we talk some prize picks?
Yeah, talk some prize picks, you sucker.
Oh, Cappy, Prize Picks, the place to get action in the state of California. All you got to do is download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you $50 bonus. It's very simple to play. It's more or less. There's a stat line for every individual player in pretty much any sport imaginable. You go more or less on that stat line. You bundle a couple together, bam, cold, hard cash potentially.
Let me ask you something, Mr. NBA Insider. You ready?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, do you suppose for Oklahoma City that Jalen Williams will score more than half a point?
Which Jalen Williams?
The one that spells his name Jalen.
Yes, there are two, so it was a
Okay.
legitimate question.
So Jalen Williams tomorrow is a free square on Prize Picks. So I'm preparing you this for now because if you go onto the Prize Picks app right now, you may not see it yet. But as of tomorrow, Jalen Williams will be a finals free pick at 0.5 points. So now you're halfway home. Now, George, here's my Prize Picks for today. I've got a 4-pick flex play. It's $20 to win $220. Today, Taco Tuesday, I've got Max Fried for more than 3.5 strikeouts. I've got Shohei Ohtani, and I've got him for a home run tonight, and that's a demon play. I've got Xander Bogaerts from the Padres to have at least 1 strikeout. And I've got Dylan Cease of the Padres, who better pitch a lot because they used up a lot of their bullpen last night for more than 94.5 pitches thrown. It's a 4-pick flex play, $20 to win $220. So download the Prize Picks app, use the code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, and George, get that $50 bonus.
Prize Picks, run your game.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $20,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, baseball fans, ready to swing for the fences? It's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by our friends at Legends Attic. Part of All-Star Friday night, step up to the plate and take your shot at launching as many baseballs as you can into the home run zone. Spots are limited, so grab your bat and go to ESPNLA.com right now to sign up. Bring the heat and showcase your legendary swing at our All-Star Friday night event on July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Reserve your spot now thanks to Legends Attic, the ultimate sports fans' dream destination.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man. I showed up at the hospital and was told I couldn't see my children. Then I showed up in court and was told they may not be mine. Then I was accused of anything and everything. Sexual assault, domestic violence, substance abuse. You name it, I heard it. I was forced to go long periods of time without seeing my children. That experience of being wrongfully treated ignited something in me. I can look at a father and honestly tell him, I know how he is feeling. I've been there. At Real Fathers' Rights, we care about your family, your livelihood, and your future.
Five o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
5:05 on the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover. Sedano and Kap, your live Imaging Tuesday is on. We are going to get into Funch's response on the NBA Finals in just a moment.
The Funchy response.
But, of course, there is a lot going on in the world, especially right next to us, in the perimeter of downtown Los Angeles, and we are not blind or ignoring that. We're just trying to be a distraction. If you want news, KNX 97.1 FM, KFI AM 640, and, of course, every TV station is on what's going on in downtown L.A., and we're just trying to be a distraction, talk some sports, have some fun, do what we do best, because covering news, we barely can get through sports. I mean, can you imagine us doing news?
Sports, yeah.
So we understand what's going on. We are sympathetic to everybody affected by this. Many of our listeners and our family here at 710 and our community are affected by what's going on in downtown L.A. So we are not ignoring it. We are simply trying to be a distraction and put a smile on your face on this Tuesday afternoon. With that, Funchy's response to Thunder Pacers, the legacy of the NBA Finals.
Well, Funchy's a guy who tells us that he's such a big, basketball fan.
Ball knower.
And then comes out and goes, yeah, I've got reservations at a Korean barbecue place.
That's right, game one.
And I've got a reservation for game 2 at the Olive Garden.
Game 2.
Can you make reservations at the Olive Garden?
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
I know somebody.
He wanted the tour of Italy.
Who doesn't?
But then his wife said, no, Funchy lover, we're going to the Hollywood Bowl for some Bone Thugs on Sunday night.
You went to Bone Thugs at the Hollywood Bowl?
Yeah.
Bone Thugs,
I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah, Method Man, Red Man, I saw a bunch of guys.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Did Bone Thugs do they do everything?
They did the Crossroads. They did their hits.
Did they do Look Into My Eyes? Tell me
They did not do that song. Everyone just did a couple songs.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. But here's the thing.
What you know about Bone Thugs, D?
Yeah.
Into my... Okay, go ahead, Funch.
But look, here's the thing. Funch, you have said that you're a big basketball fan.
Yes.
And Michael Thompson came on the air and he said, Cap, you seem like the kind of guy that's not going to be into these NBA Finals. John Ireland accused me of the same thing. And what I told these guys was, I've come this far. I went through the 82 games of the regular season. I went through the first round with the Lakers getting knocked out by Minnesota. I believed that Minnesota was much better than they were because I actually believed that the Lakers were much better than they were. I saw Minnesota beat up on an injured Golden State team, and then I saw Minnesota get blasted and get sent home. So I've come this far. I'm going to see this thing to the finish line. And here's the truth, George. If you were not calling the NBA Finals, if you were not part of the broadcast, previously on radio, now on TV, honestly, I might not be as focused, but you said it earlier. It's a championship. So, look, I knew this was going to happen. Indiana's small market, Oklahoma City's small market. These are up-and-coming stars. They're not established stars. People complain about no super team, no superstar, no major market. And so it's just a very natural thing to do when you don't want to watch because you've lost interest to say nobody's watching or here's the reasons why nobody's interested. So, Funch, I'll throw it back to you. Why are you so uninterested in these NBA Finals given that you're a basketball first fan.
I feel like there's really, really no storylines that I'm interested in.
Okay, what does that mean, though?
Yeah, what does that mean? Get him, George. Get him.
I'm not too into seeing OKC quest for their first title. I'm not interested in seeing Tyrese Halliburton, overcoming the overrated, things.
Let's just do this. You just care about Lakers basketball, then?
No, well, I like everything else.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
no, you don't. No, tell him, George. He don't like everything else.
Well, I mean, I don't look. You're certainly entitled to like what you like, right?
No, he's not.
But what I would say is, it is strange, and Michael said the same thing to you. You cover the NBA for a whole season as a producer, and you don't want to see the championship round.
Sometimes you don't want to see the end of a movie.
All right, hold on.
Oh, you fall asleep. Oh, you fall asleep or whatever.
Right, Funch, let me ask you this.
I get that, Funch. I'm with him on that. I find it boring. Like, it's a boring matchup. I kind of agree with Funch. There is no big, juicy storyline.
I mean, the first game was a boring matchup.
And you know what? I regret missing that game, and then seeing all the text messages from everyone. And
you realize that ending right there, okay, that we saw with Tyrese Halliburton had sort of only happened 2 times previously. Once with Akeem Olajuwon in 1995 and once with Michael Jordan. And by the way, in their situations, their team was tied when they hit the shot to win. Like, they were down. Like, what they did in Game 1 was unbelievable, really, when you think about it. And, yeah, Game 2, I mean, look, series don't always go like, and not every game is great. As a matter of fact, Lindsay, I'm genuinely curious about your comments a moment ago, because really, I believe, if I recall correctly, the 2016 finals were awful up until Game 7. I think there was one other competitive game. It might have been Game 5, but every other game was a blowout.
Was that when LeBron got kicked in the old skidotch?
Correct.
I think it was the young skidotch back then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
But I feel like
But
5 of the 7 games were blowouts.
But when my team's in it, I feel like that goes out the window because you're watching regardless.
So, that's the point then. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. Then you're just a fan of a team. You're not a fan of a sport.
No, because, I loved watching, the Mavs last year. And the Mavs, I loved watching, the Celtics series, all of the Celtics series. Even the Magic. The Magic games were interesting to me. I thought that the Knicks and the Pacers series
The Oklahoma
were interesting.
City Thunder are a team with the average age of less than 25 years old and had the 7th most wins in the history of the sport. All the other teams that have done what they've done or have had better win totals are all well into their 30s average age. Like, what they're doing is literally unprecedented.
All right, hold on, George. Let's ask Funchy and Lindsay this question. So it's 2 games down. 1 game was this crazy-ass comeback, and 1 game was a blowout. So now that it's going into Game 3, and they go back to Indiana, and it is tied. If it was 0-2 and everybody just assumed Oklahoma City was just going to wash the floor with these guys, is that the phrase? Is that how the phrase goes?
Wipe the floor.
Thank you. Not washing. You're not washing. You're not mopping. You're not scrubbing.
You could say mop. But.
Okay, but you tell me. It's a 1-1 series.
And a mop.
Are you guys now at 1-1? Will you watch tomorrow night and say, "Hey, I'm into it now"?
Listen, we have a remote, so we're going to miss the first part of the game.
Well, the game's going to be on at the remote.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go home and watch the new Owen Wilson show on Apple. So I'm not going to watch the game. Yeah, I'm not going to watch the game.
Here's what I would say from a Lakers
perspective.
Well,
he's quit the series.
But here's what I would say as the Lakers producer, Funch.
Yeah.
And the reason I watch the game because I'm known around here as the guy who knows the least amount of sports, but I think that part of when we have conversation is in order to be in the NBA Finals at some point over the next 5 years, the Lakers have to be able to beat a team like the Indiana Pacers or the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
So if we can have honest conversations, which we do here, about the Lakers, you have to be able to talk about the competition, not just the Lakers. Saying, the Lakers should get this center and this center and this.
I can't have the honest conversation, man. I can't.
Why?
It's like, it's like admitting that,
that the Lakers could not compete with either of these teams?
Yeah, I'm doing that. I can't.
Well, they couldn't even compete with the Timberwolves, so.
Well,
wait, are you telling us that you're turned off of the finals because of how it impacts the Lakers or how you see the Lakers? That's turning you off to the finals?
A little bit. a little bit. I feel like the Lakers should
So
be
it really
there.
is what I said a few minutes ago.
Should
Right.
not
Well,
be
you
there.
found me out, Sedano. Jeez.
Right.
Well, that
you
wasn't
only
hard
care
to
about the
break you.
Lakers.
What is wrong with you people?
Hey, listen, Funchy. You only care about you're a Laker fan. You're
I
not
am
an
a Laker
NBA
fan.
fan.
Yeah, I'm an
but
NBA
you're not
fan. I'm an NBA
No,
fan.
you can't
you're
be.
not.
Nah, not allowed.
No,
Not
you're
allowed.
not.
No,
you're not.
not allowed.
You're not an NBA fan.
In fact, this is a
that's
sad
fine.
commentary. This is a sad commentary. When I'm more of an NBA fan than you are, Funch, you should be ashamed of
Yeah,
yourself.
Funch, you can't be in the ball knowers.
Yeah, you're out of ball knowers. You're now a ball unknower.
I'm more of a ball knower than you, Funch. Think about that.
Think about that.
I know you
Funchy.
are.
Sad. Very sad. Owen Wilson.
Hey, it's a
Owen
good show.
Wilson.
You know you watch that show.
It is a good show. It is a good show.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I haven't seen it.
It's a
But
good show.
Owen Wilson.
Stick,
right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen Stick yet because right now, I'm still on your friends and neighbors.
Right. Finish that one first.
Have you seen that, Funchy?
I have not seen that one. That's
that's
my next one. I think.
I'm so tired of watching. What's her name? Who's the actress?
Amanda.
Yeah, I'm so tired of seeing Amanda Pete have sex.
Wait, which one's Amanda Pete?
Oh my God.
The ex-wife.
I said I mean John Hamm.
And I'm a fan of Olivia Munn. I don't need to see her have more sex either.
Is
So
Olivia
much
Munn,
sex.
is she the one that's, well, that's because your schwanz doesn't work anymore, and so that it probably is upsetting for you.
No, it works. I'm just not jumping off the roof like you.
Which one is Olivia Munn?
Wait,
is
you
she
jump
the
off
one?
the roof
She was
before
the
you
one
do
in
it?
the
Yeah.
newsroom.
The Asian
Yes.
young
Yeah.
lady.
She's with Mulaney.
She used to date Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Right,
for
right,
what
but
it's
who is
worth,
she in
Chris,
this-
like,
in
the
this show?
sex does kind of like chill because they get to the real plot line like halfway through the series.
She's the one that John Hamm is hooking up with.
Oh, he's the ex-wife of the fat guy.
Have you not watched the show?
No, I'm watching. Well, don't hold on. First of all, I'm only 5 episodes in.
Don't ruin it for me.
John Hamm has only had sex with one person to this point in the show.
To this point, yes.
Okay, so that's Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
Okay.
not true. 2 people because he had sex with that the person he worked with.
Oh, that is true. He did. The
Oh,
British
you're
chick.
right.
Which
You're
I
right.
didn't.
Right.
I didn't buy that plot line either.
I like her plus.
Yeah, like
we still haven't found out yet how they found out that he did that with her.
Well, it was all intertwined.
Okay. Well, I'm not there yet. I'm only on episode 5.
It's a whole thing.
By the way, Chris.
Yes.
You did make a really good point.
Yes.
Which is, even if you're a Laker fan and don't have any quote-unquote interest in any of these teams, the OKC Thunder aren't going anywhere.
No.
Like, they're going to be the team to beat in the Western Conference for the foreseeable future. It ain't the Lakers.
No,
So,
not even close.
So you probably should be paying attention. If you're gonna if you're gonna watch anything, you should be paying attention to what Oklahoma City is all about.
Unless you're Funchy and you think like this, the Lakers cannot play with these guys. The Lakers are not close to these guys, and they're not likely to be close to them in the foreseeable future. So I'm turned off because I don't want to see the team that's significantly better than the team that he actually roots for.
No, I
if
think
you give me that, Funchy, I could at least buy it.
I think the caller who we played from Mason Ireland earlier, Adam, made a good point. A lot of us, because we're looking for the shtick, the hot take, is, these aren't major market teams and the ratings are the lowest. We're not doing a good job of talking about it because people aren't watching. Funchy just told it. Funchy is literally a sports radio producer, and I'm not picking on him. He's not watching. So
I mean, it's boring. It's kind of boring.
What makes it boring, though?
But
What makes it boring?
here's the thing.
But
Hold on.
I don't understand. I mean, what's boring?
If
like,
we
the
didn't
first
do-
game was excellent.
If we didn't do the format we do, which we've done the last 4 years at this radio station, or 5 years, which is we do kind of do, I don't want to say guy talk because that's an old term, but we do more regular talk mixed with sports talk. If we had to break down the game, everybody would have to watch because you'd have to break down the game. What else is going on? Your rundown today would be Dodgers, NBA Finals, Aaron Rodgers, and something McAfee said. That would be your rundown today if we were a traditional nuts and bolts sports radio station like this place was 10 years ago. So to me, you would want to be able to mix in a little bit of the NBA Finals because it's the biggest thing going on. Oh, and we might mention the Stanley Cup.
Well, like last night's Stanley Cup game, right? It was a 4-1 game before Edmonton.
So maybe we need to go back, huh, Cap? Maybe that's what we need to do is drill down the sports.
Well, but like, okay, we're talking about Game 2 of the NBA Finals as a blowout, right? So people might have left it at halftime. If you were really paying attention to what Indiana has done in this postseason, you probably did not leave at halftime because you're thinking to yourself, it doesn't look good, but gosh, I didn't think they had any chance of coming back in Game 1,
I mean,
and yet they
they've literally
did.
come back from 9 points with 48 seconds to go.
Right, so
they've done it 3 times.
Right, so here's my point. At the end of the first half of Game 2, you might have said, well, this game's over, unless you were paying attention to know that Indiana had made all these dramatic comebacks in this postseason. At the end of the third quarter.
And by the way, Cappy, the game one, even though it did just under $9 million overall on average,
which isn't bad.
It's not great.
It's not great, but it's not horrific.
It's probably what they projected, to be honest with you, based on the market sizes. But it did peak at well over 11 million people in the fourth quarter because you're getting all these alerts, you're seeing it on social media, and people are like, wait, what? What's going on? I got to tune in, right?
Yep.
And, like, you're getting an extra 2 or 3 million people just jumping in late.
Right, but in game two, when that didn't happen and
Right,
nobody was
that's it.
getting
Then
an alert.
you just get your core audience, and that's it.
So, look, to me, I understand, Lindsay. I completely hear what you're saying. Like, I know that if you're a Cavs fan and you had high expectations and your team didn't make it.
It has nothing to do with that.
No,
I
I know
love
you're-
watching basketball. Like, I love watching, like, Kyrie, Steph, Jason Tatum.
Well, let me
like,
tell you
even
something.
Jalen Brunson.
She's making a good point, and the point that she's
Giannis.
making.
And you know who's better than all of those guys? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yes, he is.
I know, but whoop-de-doo, he doesn't do it for me. Sorry. He
See,
just doesn't.
and see,
He literally put on a master class in game two.
But
if
he's
you
not
were
a
gonna
traditional star.
If you were going to control a game, the way he controlled the game was as good as anyone that's ever done it in a finals game yesterday.
But
he has no
but,
pizzazz.
Oh,
Yeah,
but to
you're
her
right. He doesn't
point,
have the pizzazz.
To her
Bang!
point,
There you go.
Wait,
Punch
he
you.
doesn't
Right.
have pizzazz to you, but the guy is right. Like, nobody rates higher with Gen Z kids than Shea.
Yeah, Gen Z,
Whoop-de-doo.
Schmen Z.
But wait,
wow.
But
Well,
wait a minute.
you know what that just says? You guys are just out of touch then.
You guys are not basketball fans.
Stay off my lawn.
You're,
Stay off my lawn.
you're out of touch,
Stay
non-basketball
off my
fans.
lawn.
Damn.
You're non-touch. You're out of touch,
I
and
mean,
you're not a real
listen,
fan.
Young people always dictate what like is popular, and that there comes
So,
a time
Funchy,
for all
you
of
didn't
us.
watch NBA Finals. Did you watch the Dodgers-Padres last night?
I did watch some of that.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But young people
I'm even
always
questioning
dictate.
that.
Young people always dictate. What's
questioning it,
popular.
Cap?
Yeah, I'm saying that there was a tour of Italy last night at like the Olive Garden.
No, there was not. There
No?
was not. No.
I just want to know what makes this final so boring to you guys. Why is it
There's
boring?
no, like, big, like, superstar.
Shea
There's no one.
Gilgeous-Alexander is not a superstar. He won the MVP.
Again, he has no pizzazz. He has no, like. I
But
don't
so,
know.
okay,
So
so
wait a minute. Wait a second. Does
I can't
Jokic have
explain it.
pizzazz?
Yes,
Does Jason
100%.
Tatum have
What?
pizzazz?
Jokic has no pizzazz.
No, get
Come
out
on
of here.
Here.
You're crazy.
He has all the
What
charisma in the
He
world.
does.
Oh, my
He does.
God.
How are you
He's
going to
so
say he doesn't?
What pizzazz? Listen, I've been around both of them a bunch.
Dude,
Like,
I
what
love
pizzazz
that
does
guy.
Jokic
I love
have?
that guy.
watching Shea play basketball is amazing.
Does Jason Tatum have pizzazz?
None.
None.
Zero.
If anything, they call him
Jokic
corny.
has a fat
Right,
man's
corny
game.
and boring.
Come on, man.
I think the way that Jokic is able to do what he's able to do is just fascinating, and it
What makes that
me-
difference than Shea then? What he's doing on the
Oh,
court?
what makes it different
Because
is she
he's
looks
just a
at him and
regular guy.
he's
Like,
a
Oh, you
7-foot
know,
doughboy.
That's crazy.
Jokic
Right.
is-
He looks like he shouldn't be able to play basketball.
Right.
Call this guy a regular guy.
I just feel like he
My
He,
God.
he
Best
blends in. I
basketball
don't
player
know.
in the world.
He blends in? I don't think he blends in at all, actually. If anything, he sticks out.
I don't know. I just don't think he has the aura that everyone talks about.
I mean,
You know what the thing is, though? Is that 5 years from now, hypothetically.
Sure, maybe
Right.
5 years from now
5
he
years
will,
from
but as
now,
of right now, it's
if-
just kind of like,
if-
there's other people I'd rather see.
Right, but that's my point. Cappy's going to make my point. It's about what I said about LeBron having the lowest rated finals ever in 2007. And then look what – I'm not saying he's going to become LeBron, but he certainly then all of a sudden that story began there.
Sure, but that's 5 years from now. We're talking about right now, why we're not watching the Pacers and the Thunder. It's
So
because to me,
why
right
weren't
now, I kind of –
why weren't people watching the I don't understand why people weren't watching the Cavs and the Spurs in 2007 either.
For the same reason that you just – I'm like literally agreeing with what you said.
I watched the Spurs and Cavs.
I
in
did
07.
You like that series? Did
I
you,
did.
Funch? You
I
like
did.
that series?
I
You
like
like
that series.
You like that series
I
20
did.
years ago, Funch? You
Yeah,
should go
man,
back and
yeah, man. Yeah,
Hey,
I
Funch,
love
why don't you
it.
go
I
watch it
love
on YouTube? Why don't you watch some basketball? Go watch it on YouTube, the series from
But go
2007.
ahead, Cappy. You were saying 5 years from now.
The bottom line is this.
5 years from now, sure, maybe he'll have all the pizzazz and it'll be great. But like
Well,
for now, he doesn't do it for me.
Or maybe he doesn't have a whole lot of pizzazz based on your definition, but let's say Oklahoma City wins 3 championships in the next 5 years. I know that's a lot to ask. I mean, just winning one is enough. But let's just say they become the team that everybody thinks they could become because of what George says. They're so young, they've got these superstar players, etc. 5 years from now, people will be saying, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is an all-time great. They'll be arguing about who's the face of the NBA, and he'll be that guy. He'll have multiple MVPs. He'll have won an NBA Finals. He'll have been an NBA Finals MVP. And then everybody will be like, he's a superstar. And listen, for me to be the guy that's defending the NBA Finals, especially with small market teams, makes almost no sense, but I find myself in this position. I don't know why people aren't excited to see the young up-and-coming stars versus saying it's fine. It's nice to get fresh blood. It's nice to get new teams. It's nice to see the next generation of stars on the rise.
Agreed. I mean, everyone always just says all you guys talk about is LeBron and Steph. Okay, well here you go. Here's the two next guys or two of the next guys, and then you don't want you don't want that either. So it's
but there's a reason why everyone always talks about LeBron and stuff. So I just looked up
But they're old.
They are.
They're
old.
not going to be there anymore.
Sure, but for me, I still want to.
So wait a minute. Well, hold on. Well, watching LeBron not play defense in the fourth quarter and watching Luka just miss the side of the backboard at the end of games is fun.
I don't think that Luka.
That's better than watching Shea put on a masterclass.
I personally, as a LeBron fan, I'm gonna take the Lakers out of the conversation. But I'm saying, look at the top selling NBA jerseys for this year, right? Look at the top 15.
Okay.
There's one guy on there that's playing in the finals, and he's 10th. So people still do want to see guys like Luka, Steph, LeBron, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brunson, Wembanyama, Jokic, Giannis.
No, honestly,
KD.
I don't think Jalen Brunson is actually an interesting player to watch.
Well, I mean, he plays for the Knicks, so I get it.
That's really what it is. It's not about he's some
the Knicks
sort
have to
of
get behind a superstar, and people talk about he's.
So if the Spurs were playing right now, not Oklahoma City, you guys would be more inclined to watch the Spurs because of
100%.
Wemby.
Because you'd rather watch Wemby.
Yep.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
100%.
He is more intriguing than
I will
Shea.
say this. Wemby did not rate in year 2 the way he rated in year 1 from a ratings perspective.
Okay. Yeah, year 1, it was wait a second. There's a guy who's 7'5" from France who's 12 years old. That guy's going to be broken in half.
He also missed the last third of the season.
Okay,
right?
but he was still on national television a lot in the first 2/3
Yeah,
of the
but
season.
a lot of people don't really get into basketball until after Christmas anyway. A lot of people don't.
Right, but Christmas would only be a third. He played in that middle third, and they didn't rate very well. Giannis doesn't rate well either.
Okay, well, I'm not talking about how they rate. I'm saying what I'm interested in personally. That's what the conversation is, right? I would rather see the superstars, and yeah, maybe I'm old. It's just
but he is a superstar. He's literally the most valuable player in the sport.
Okay, well, I don't find him that interesting to watch right now.
Luka Doncic has never won an MVP.
Well,
Jason Tatum has not won an MVP.
I don't think that Luka is I'm not.
What? He's not like what?
I don't know.
What? Luka's not like what? Say it.
I would like to see. I don't know. I would like to see the team that he's on right now. It's not. It's they still have a lot of putting together to do. It's not him playing with Kyrie, for example.
Doesn't that make the
totally
Thunder
different.
even more fun to watch? How their team is constructed and how they play behind
if
Shea.
If you're a hardcore basketball nerd, but I'm not.
What, you ain't gotta be a nerd to with the game
Softcore,
of basketball.
softcore basketball nerd.
Hey,
Enough with the softcore.
Listen,
I'm literally
that's
just
your
giving my
problem,
opinion.
Schwanzi.
You guys asked me why I'm not interested. I told you why, and you're telling me I'm wrong, but it's my opinion.
telling you
No.
you're
I
wrong,
don't think
but,
no. Actually, I'm actually happy to hear you say this though, Lindsay. Seriously, because I think that George and I look. George is deep. He's in it. He's with the teams. He's at the arenas. He's on national television. My man is in it. Okay, I am not like a lifelong crazed nutty basketball fan. In fact, if it wasn't for George, I might be on your side saying Oklahoma City, Indiana, it's boring, small market. I might be. But I feel like as just a general sports fan, if I've come this far through the regular season and I've gone through all these rounds of the playoffs and I'm seeing these dramatic comebacks, why would I not want to see this thing through the finish?
I'm not saying I'm not watching it. I'm just saying it's boring to me. I'm watching it. A lot of it is because of George, not going to lie.
But wait, what?
NGL.
What was? I still don't understand what was boring about game
Again,
1. Again,
the teams to me aren't they're just not. They're bored. They don't have they have a lack of a big superstar that's flashy that I want to watch and watch them play basketball.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Jokic doesn't have that.
Yes, he does. So for anybody to say they don't enjoy watching Jokic, it's just because
I enjoy watching him.
He's a specimen.
I'm a basketball fan, but has no mass appeal. None.
Really?
None.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I would disagree. I feel like a lot of people are watching that guy.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you,
shutting you down.
We have empirical data that says no. That they don't.
Empirical data.
Well, if
that's
the
different
case,
kind of data, by the way. That's totally
may
different
rest
types
your
of data right
case.
there. It's
You
empirical.
may rest your case.
Let's cleanse the palate here for a second. Join Mason Ireland and Sedano and Cap tomorrow. A live broadcast and an LA versus San Diego watch party starting at noon at Islands in West Covina. Island Boys.
Island Boy.
We'll be talking baseball, repping LA Pride, and soaking up the SoCal vibes. Hey. All from the Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue, right off the 10 and the 60 right there in West Covina. LA takes on South, and we'll be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. That's tomorrow at Islands Restaurants, fine burgers and drinks. And remember, if you want to play in our listener game on Friday, July 11th at All-Star Friday night, the way you register is tomorrow in person at the Islands Restaurants. So last year we had COT versus Mafia. This year we have Team Travis versus Team DeMarco. And this is how we're doing it. You got to register tomorrow at the Islands Restaurants in person in West Covina from noon until 6 p.m.
Is this the only way you can get into the listener game?
No, we will have an online registration Thursday.
Okay, because
can I tease one step? Can I tease one step at a time?
I'm worried about Troy Lake.
Lake is already taken care of. I already took care of it.
Oh, Troy Lake. So he's not going to shank you?
Cap.
Seeing him without the tank top, I'm not worried about him shanking anything except a hamburger.
Okay, got it.
Oh my God.
Got it. Now that you've seen him not in the tank top, now you're not so worried about him shanking.
Never mind.
You would be what?
I would be what?
Nothing. I was going to say, Cappy, the whole point is to get people out to Islands tomorrow to sign up for the game.
Well, I understand that.
No, you kind of diffused that, Cappy.
No, I'm not diffusing anything.
You're a diffuser.
I'm asking because this is an important point.
We can worry about that after
Can
we
we
get
go
everybody
one
to
step at a
Islands.
time?
If you want to play in the game,
You have to go to Islands tomorrow.
you got to come out
As
tomorrow.
the great Jordan
to play
Sparks once said, one step at a time.
Is that what Jordan Sparks said?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
It was 2009. It was a different
really?
time.
That was 2 years after the NBA Finals that Funchy actually really liked watching.
Sweet.
That was a boring NBA Finals.
Yeah, LeBron
Watched
took
every game of it.
Took a bunch of guys out of the garbage truck to the.
Tony Parker won MVP.
Yeah,
LeBron
I
and
know.
all these, all
You should
these
go back and
scrubs.
watch the replay, Funch, on VHS.
I was in
will.
sports radio then, too. And guess what? Part of, I feel, the job of sports radio people is to be into this. But Mason and I aren't.
You know what? I'm starting to go through the tweets of the conversation we just had, and I really think people really don't know what they're watching.
Oh, boy.
What do you mean?
Please tell us.
Joe
Please
Mendieta.
mansplain me how to watch basketball.
Oh, mansplaining. Mansplain,
I'm just
George.
saying, I'm literally watching what I'm
Hey,
telling
but
you
I
what
was not
enjoy.
talking about you. Did you tweet?
I did not.
Mansplain it to that man.
Okay. Yeah. So I will explain to the person that I said was tweeting.
All right.
Okay, tweet-splain.
Joe Mendieta says this style of play is boring. No mid-game, no post-ups. It's just a young man's game like a track meet. I'd rather watch college. All right, first of all, if you'd rather watch college basketball, you literally
College
that's
basketball
like,
is pretty rough these days.
That's like saying you'd rather drink $2 Chuck instead of Camus, okay? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe you wanted some $2 Chuck.
I mean, Camus
Maybe
is
have a
good,
palate
but
for
Chevalier, it does take a certain palate to appreciate the Camus. Chevalier
College basketball is a rough watch most
It
nights.
is watch night.
Okay?
These days, yes.
Rough watch.
For the record, I don't really enjoy watching college
I
basketball.
mean, you're talking about there are some teams that literally play 40-minute games and score 50 points apiece. Okay?
Mansplain it to him.
That's crazy. Another thing, no mid-game. That's literally all Shea's game. Like, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about here? Come on, man. Do you watch these
DeAndre,
games? Come on.
Educate this man.
Come on. Tell that young brother, DeAndre.
I don't know what that guy is talking about, but that's literally all Shea's game is. Get to the free throw line, get in the mid-range.
I love watching free throws. Love
No, but
it.
it's not about the
It's
free
not
throws
about the
either.
free throws, but
what
gets
he's saying is he gets to the free throw and he gets to the nail and then starts to go to work from there.
That's
and
what I was gonna say. He gets to the
slithers
nail.
to the basket and makes more layups than anybody.
He also has more free throws than anybody.
No, that's not true either, actually.
You know, when people say we don't talk enough sports,
Oh,
I'm the first to defend this station. But after today's performance of everybody admitting they don't watch the game or don't want to talk about it, I don't know. Maybe we should just close up shop.
It's probably a good idea.
I mean,
Why
honestly,
just blow it up?
I mean, honestly.
Listen,
Just blow it up, man.
once again, I never said I wasn't watching it. I said I wasn't as interested as I have been in the years past.
And
because
that's
the
fine.
teams don't really do anything for me.
But I think that we perpetuate things that are inaccurate, like you're saying the free throw line thing. And
well, it's just because I heard Doris talk about it.
and that's fine. And I told her she was inaccurate too.
Oh, you let her know, did you?
I did.
So you
because
mansplained it to her.
So when she
too.
said he was a free throw
I
merchant,
did
you
not,
set her straight?
I didn't
I'm kidding,
mansplain
George.
anything
I'm
to
kidding.
anybody.
I'm kidding.
Okay. I just explained to her that where he was.
Oh, here we go.
Historical context.
Yeah.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't remember the exact number now. Let's just say for argument's sake.
We can ask Sig.
Right. Let's just say through whatever amount of playoff games he's played, which I believe now is probably 16, 17, 18, in that range. I think he's got 150 free throws or whatever in those 18 games or whatever it's been. Again, these are all just made up numbers for the moment because I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. It would literally rank 38th all time. There's about 5 or 6, maybe 7 LeBron stretches in his career in the playoffs where he's had the same amount of games and more free throws. Same thing for Kobe, Dwayne Wade. Jimmy Butler has 2 more playoffs runs where he's got more free throws than Shai. Michael Jordan certainly has 7 or 8 of them too. This notion that Shai is doing something that other great players haven't done is crazy talk. And number 2, he's not even doing it anywhere near at the level those guys were doing as far as getting to the free throw line. And by the way, that was being done in a time, particularly the Jordan and some of those LeBron ones and Kobe for sure and Dwayne Wade for sure, in an era where they were scoring way less. So that means it was a larger percentage of points being scored at the free throw line. So again, another complete myth. All of this stuff, I don't even understand. I know we live in a world where someone says something and we don't really fact check it and we just run with it.
Well, I did look it up after she said that, and this article I saw in the Athletic / New York Times said he's attempted 147 free throws this postseason, more than any other player, and he shot more free throws than any player outside of Giannis in the regular season.
More than any player in this current playoffs. Yes, of course, he's also played more games than anyone in these current playoffs because he's also gone the deepest in the playoffs. And the other part of it is in the regular season, other than Giannis, okay, but that's not the playoffs. In the playoffs, I just told you, he's 38th through this point in the playoffs in regards to where he ranks in the history of the sport of guys that have played these amount of games. That's not very high, is what I would say.
Lindsay, you got to mansplain this to George. Mansplain it to him.
If he's but in the history of the playoffs, you could say Michael Jordan played how many more playoff games?
No, guys that have played this amount of games.
Okay.
So if you got to take guys who have played 18 games. Let's just say for the argument's sake, I don't remember if it's 18 that he's played. He's played 18 playoff games in one run. Okay? There are 37 other guys who have played at least 18 playoff games in one run who have more free throw attempts than him. Now, some of those are multiples. Like I said, LeBron's got a bunch of them. Jimmy Butler's got 2. Dwayne Wade's got a couple. Kobe's got a bunch. Michael Jordan's got some. Giannis has a couple. That's what I'm saying.
But, George, in the final analysis, no LeBron, no Steph, no KD, no Kyrie, no Luka, no Joker, none of the names that an average person might know. And so now you have up-and-coming stars in Shai and Tyrese Halliburton. And if you ask the average person, I'm not talking about somebody who's a hardcore sports fan or somebody who's even what I would call a general sports fan. They don't feel like they know them. And therefore, Lindsay and Funchy, they represent a portion of our audience who feel the same way that they do. Believe it or not. I mean, that's reality.
Then you're not really a basketball fan.
Hear that, people? I hope you guys hear
the
that.
The Lakers or LeBron or whatever or that.
And by the way, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay.
Well,
that's fine.
Teams have different ways to win games. So it's just by saying I'm not a fan of this team and the way they win doesn't mean I'm not a basketball fan. It's just, again, the free.
I mean, they play the most pure. Everything that everyone has complained about in the NBA recently is, too many threes. Nobody plays defense. You have a literal historic defense on one side. Okay? A historic defense in the Oklahoma City Thunder. And a team that doesn't shoot anywhere near close to a lot of threes.
I want to see crazy threes.
Okay. Well,
George, stop. You cannot win. And, Lindsay, keep mansplaining to this young man.
I'm just telling you what I'm enjoying, and obviously, I'm not alone because there's a lot of people that feel the same way as me.
You are not alone at all. There are plenty of people in this country who are in this industry who are just not entertained by Indiana and Oklahoma City.
But if that's the case, then if the argument is style of play or market size, like I just feel like that's an excuse. Like then you're not really a fan of the sport.
I didn't say it was like market size. It's just the team doesn't have like a big superstar to me that I like enjoy watching.
And that. Okay, then I guess that's fine. But do you like I'll ask you this: do you like movies that don't have like box office attractions as the actors?
I thought you were going to say, do you like movies about gladiators?
I mean, you know what I watch, and it's not the norm, so.
So that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I feel like it's odd for you, right? But that's why I feel like it's odd for you because you like the details.
Again,
and
I was sad
these two teams.
I was sad there's no KD, there's no Kyrie, there's no Devin Booker. And maybe, again, it's just me, like, and these guys aging out. They're the aging stars, just like I'm sure people like
KD,
Chris.
Kyrie, and Devin Booker, they haven't sniffed a finals in years.
Well, and
that Suns team was
Kyrie was there last
Booker.
Those guys
Booker.
That Suns team this year was a disaster.
Devin Booker, what is he? Is he some guy who's on every commercial on TV?
I enjoy watching that team and like how they play together. Different
They didn't
teams.
play together this year.
Right. This year, they were not very good. But, like, last year, the year before, and what do you mean, Chris? Like, Kyrie was in the finals last year and lost, so.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, but it was still, like, to me,
that year was, I mean.
Kyrie is my favorite player to watch when he's healthy, obviously, hands down. Like, he's my favorite player to watch play basketball, to me. He's the most entertaining to me. So I'm just telling you guys, that's my opinion.
I'm going to tell you guys something right now.
Everyone has their own opinions and reasoning, and I'm trying to explain it.
And you've done a great job. But let me, in the end, in the final analysis, George.
Again, the final analysis.
This is the third final.
No, this
double
is
final.
This is a double
Triple
final. Double final analysis. This is all Funchy's fault.
I mean, it is.
I'm here. That's what my wife says at home.
540. Let me tell you about this. ESPN LA's Legends launch, presented by Legends Attic. It's all part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday night on July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate and take your shot in a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. How about that, Cap?
You got to hit them balls as many as you can in 90 seconds.
Bring your own bat and helmet and bring that big swing, which DeAndre has, because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, be legendary. Thanks to Legends Addict. How about a little big deal or no deal? Cleanse the palate next. We'll take a quick timeout. Sedano Kap on a Tuesday on 710.
What is it, like
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional...
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no obligation as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport.
Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
What you see, do you think you can?
16 minutes in front of 6 p.m. Live Imaging Tuesday, Sedano and Kap on this day in 1990. Belle Biv DeVoe released Do Me as the second single from Poison Jack. Also, today is Egg Roll Day.
Egg roll?
Yeah,
Oh, you ate those in your car before.
I have.
I'll drive it.
Oh, here it goes. You ready, DeAndre? Oh, yeah. Also, Herbs and Spices Day. And it's Iced Tea Day.
Oh.
Like the drink, I think.
Oh, not
Yeah,
the former rapper.
Not the guy on Law and Order? Colors. No. Colors I
right.
saw over
Very
the
good.
weekend. I made Stephanie watch over the weekend. The Colors.
You made her, huh?
How did she like it?
She liked it.
Oh. Pac-Man, huh?
Yeah, Pac-Man. It was like the bit. It's been a bit because I have the bunny calling me Snack Man. It's a whole thing.
The bunny calls you Snack
Does
Man?
the bunny have a voice?
I
Does it
do.
have a voice?
Bunny?
I do it in a voice that I've made for the bunny, and she's
Okay,
like,
what
"Where
is
did
it?
the
What is that
Snack
voice?
Man come
Yeah.
from?" And I
Yeah,
said,
what's
"Well,
the
it came
voice?
from the movie Colors and Pac-Man." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, watch the movie."
So what's the voice?
Yeah, let me hear what
It's like
Otis
a
sounds
Russian
like.
operative. Like, "What are you doing, Snack Man? What are you here now for?"
Oh, I like that.
That is the voice
Yeah.
of Otis the bunny?
Yeah. What is the Snack Man doing here?
Steph
You
didn't
do-
previously have a voice for him?
I don't think so. Her. And I don't think so now.
You do bunny bits now, too, huh?
I do a lot of bunny bits.
Lot
I
of
really
bunny
enjoy
bits.
the bunny.
Wait, if it's a her, though, why does she have, like, a male?
Because she at first thought it was a boy until she thought she was getting a boy and then realized it was a girl, and Otis was already the name, so we kept
That happened to me with my pet rabbit.
I shouldn't say we because I wasn't around yet. We weren't dating, but they kept,
You
she
weren't
kept
around
it.
yet.
Yeah, Otis the bunny is much more peaceful than a lot of things these days.
I had a bunny, and I thought it was a boy, so I named him Mr. Bojangles.
Really?
But it was a girl.
Oh.
So then we
So
just
then you
still
call her
called him
Ms. Bojangles?
No, we just still called him Mr. Bojangles.
Oh, I gotcha.
Also, we lost her in 1969. Happy birthday to Judy Garland.
It's a long time ago to have lost her, but at least we're keeping her name alive.
And then what's this one? On this day in 1994, pay television content descriptors, which describe the varying degrees of suggestive or explicit content in a series and movies, began being broadcast by pay channels such as HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime.
Like when they would do like NC-17.
Oh, so
rated
like
R.
Skinamax?
But
Yeah.
it's different for like TV though, I think.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Because it's like M for mature, T for teen.
That's what Funchy's watching rather than the NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah. A lot of us are.
Funchy, how about this? There's a hot rumor that KD could go to the Spurs.
I saw that. Yes.
Hot
And also the Knicks, too?
The Hacksaw Hot Rumor Machine.
I don't buy the Knicks as much, but the Spurs make a lot of sense. Whoever goes to team up with Wemby has a legit shot of winning a championship. By the way, if you're the Lakers, you don't want that either, by the way. I mean,
That would be really fun to watch those two guys play together in the playoffs.
Oh, hey, George, tell us about our friends.
Wow. Oh, man.
Wouldn't
Just
it?
the smile on the face
Wouldn't
was like, hey,
KD
that I
and
would
Wemby?
watch.
Woo!
That I would watch.
Fireworks.
George, tell us about our friends at LAX.
home away from home, Christopher, the
Yes.
People Mover train. I don't know if you realize this, it's going to be heading early next year. What happened?
You cut out there for a second, but you're back now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, LAX, People Mover train, rolling in early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment to improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will move guests between the terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, the economy parking, and the Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it easy and simple to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less from round trip. And, of course, the trains will depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. For more information, you can go to this website. That's lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
There's George talking about his home away from home. I'll be at Cappy and I's downtown home away from home tonight, the East Central Hotel, the biggest hotel rooms in downtown L.A. And when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Final segment next. Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
Hey, DeMarco Farr here. Join the club at Pechanga Resort Casino. New club members who sign up receive a $25 resort credit as well as a chance to win $100 in bonus credit. Enjoy perks like earning club dollars with every bet, invitations to exclusive promotions and events, and much, much more. Visit the club at Pechanga to sign up and start receiving benefits right away. Your perfect entertainment resort and casino combination is available at Pechanga. Voted the best Southern California casino.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Oh my God, is this your house?
This is the humble abode.
Oh my God, it's so humble.
FX presents Adults.
You don't know your social security number?
No, I do. It's just my mom knows the whole thing.
A new comedy about 20-somethings achieving zero anythings.
What is the worst that happens?
I go broke. I can't pay my loans. I start an OnlyFans, but only you guys subscribe.
I can't do OnlyFans.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it on there, so sorry.
FX's Adults. Wednesdays on FX. All episodes streaming on Hulu.
5:52 in the Southland. Live imaging Tuesday, Sedano and Kap. Final segment. That's our final segment music. Time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you do, call an agent. Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS. Jack. A no obligation offer from our friends at Seller's Advantage, or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 0196-1658. Cappy, why don't you give us today's Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage.
All right, this is going to be exceptionally self-serving, so here goes. Lindsay asked me the other day, George.
Well, wait, isn't this kind of the whole point of it to be self-serving?
Nah, this one's going to be beyond my normal self-serving.
Just get to it, because I got something to say after this.
So Lindsay asked me the other day, she said, hey, if your horse, if your horse Raging Torrent, and by the way, to everybody who has sent me messages telling me that you bet on Raging Torrent and he paid like $18 to win, you're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm glad you guys did it. But, George, Lindsay asked me just the other day, if your horse beat the best 2 horses in the world, according to the way it was reported by Fox, then doesn't your horse automatically become the number 1 horse in the world?
Yeah, I was like, is there an official horse ranking?
And the truth is...
Like a top 25.
Yeah,
correct.
Like the UFC rankings.
Right. So, but here's the thing. I said to her, I honestly don't know, because I've never had a horse this good to be ranked in the top 20, top 25.
The horse.
An article came out today, George.
Okay.
That talked about how the 3-year-olds, these are the horses that race in the Kentucky Derby, they had their rankings.
Right.
But now.
Because your horse is how old?
4 years old.
But he's
so
a
your
thoroughbred.
horse is like an old hag.
Well, I mean, 4 is like you're kind of getting into like the prime of your career. 3 is
really?
You're a little baby. But
So why are the big races 3 then?
Great question. So you see, people assume that the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont, that those are the big races. They're the Triple Crown. But what you're doing is you're preparing those 3-year-olds for longer and better careers. So it's kind of like where Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Tyrese Halliburton are right now. They're 3-year-olds. But LeBron and KD, those guys are now veterans. They're 5, 6, 7 years old. But, George, here's the reason I bring it up. The NTRA, which is the National Thoroughbred Racing Association, they came out with their new rankings today.
Oh.
The number 1 thoroughbred horse in the world.
En el mundo.
Raging Torrent.
Wow,
who went
Cappy.
He went from 20.
He went ranked 20th all the way to 1st, and the horse that he beat in this race,
Fierceness,
is now ranked 2nd. How do you like that?
Cappy, you're on your way to be like a 10,000 air.
Yeah, you got the number 1 horse in the world, and you're making me buy dinner?
And wait, and moreover,
there's more.
Now we're starting to take offers from breeders who want to pay.
They want to stud it.
$6 million? I don't know. Win the Breeders' Cup? Could it be $10 million? We've never had this ever happen before, and we're looking at a potential horse of the year, like George, an MVP.
Finally, you bring money in, Scott.
I was going to say, Cappy, things are you talk about, this and that, sad. Well, you know what?
I'm picking up
Start to turn around for you and look up, Cappy.
You want to know? You want to know when all the changes happen?
We had the good vibrations.
You want to know when all the changes happen, though? I saw a video on Instagram about feng shui.
Yeah.
And I used to leave, I'm not joking,
shoes?
30 pairs of shoes at my front door. I moved every pair of shoes from my front door, and in the last 3 weeks, everything's changed.
You did tell us all to keep the shoes away from cluttering up at your door.
And Lindsay, just so you
bring
know,
money in is what he told us.
Yep, and just so you know, Lindsay, this morning, woke up, went outside, had my coffee,
Found
did not touch
$100
my
bill.
phone. Did not touch my phone for 30 minutes.
Good job. How did it make you feel?
I feel okay. I was a
did you
little
do?
anxious, like I wanted to. I sat there and looked at my coffee and looked outside,
Watch
thought
the
about.
squirrels?
Yeah, touch the grass like DeAndre told me to do.
Did you feel more present? Did you appreciate your surroundings for a minute? Like, hey,
yeah, it was okay.
Life is good. So you
It was
didn't
all right.
enjoy it.
It was all right. It was fine.
I
just
told you
wanted
you
my
got to do
phone.
it for a week.
All right, Chris, what are your closing thoughts today?
So real quick, last week we talked about my situation and my sobriety and everything I went through. And I said to DM me if you were going through a problem at CMM Spectrum on Twitter or Instagram. And I got a dozen messages from people. And I just wanted to thank all of you on our team here. Fungi gave me a hug afterwards because it really cut through. And that's part of, when I was in the hospital, 5:57 p.m. And I thought I may not come back from any of this. Part of it was, yes, I wanted to get back to doing what I love, but I wanted to be able to kind of talk about this at some point and be able to help others that maybe were scared to get help. And today is the 90th birthday of Alcoholics Anonymous. It was founded on this day back in 1935 in Akron, Ohio by Dr. Robert Smith and Bill Wilson, Dr. Bob and Bill. So again, if you need help, if you're scared to talk to somebody, if you have help, you need help talking about alcohol, it's okay. If you're scared to go to an AA meeting or see a doctor, DM me, CMM Spectrum on Instagram or Twitter. And I continue to try to talk about it because I went through it too. I get it.
Well, that's great, man, because honestly, when you share it and other people hear you, hey, this guy, he went through it, he's dealing with it. You know what? Maybe I should actually start dealing with my problem because I know I have it, but I don't really want to deal with it. So good job, man.
Thank you.
And don't get to the point that Chris did where he had to literally come back from the dead.
Yes. And with that, it is a final for a Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow live from Islands in West Covina.
Island
Boys, noon to 6 p.m. Mason, Ireland, Sedano, and Cap broadcasting live. Have a great night, everybody. Rack 'em.
30 years ago, Wu-Tang Clan changed hip-hop forever. Now, it's time for the final chamber. Live in Los Angeles, Wu-Tang Clan, together, live on stage, the beginning of their final tour.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no obligation as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry.